68 teams down to 4. We are kicking off or tipping off the Final Four today here live with Purdue and NC State. Welcome in to our Final Four stream. I am Nick Rohloff. I will be joined by Tyler Smith. The two Bonnie boys taking over here at Chat Sports. What else could you ask for? But we have a very fun matchup between very contrasting teams. The NC State Wolfpack are tipping us off here first. Obviously, 11 seed making a deep run after having to win the ACC tournament to even make it into the field of 68. They do so on the back of a bank 3 in the semifinals. Then DJ Burns and company brings them all the way to the Final Four. Coming out of the South region, defeating Marquette in the Sweet 16, beating up on Duke in the Elite 8. And then you have the Purdue Boilermakers, the third overall 1 seed, who have just coasted to the Final Four, defeating Tennessee in the Elite 8 in that great game between Edie and Connect. I believe we are going to have a very fun game, at least in our first game. I think this is going to be much more closer than the second one. Maybe there's some contrasting opinions out there, but I am excited to be live here on Chat Sports for our Final Four special. Joined alongside Tyler Smith. Shout out your city for me down below. I already got Tyman, Gamer, Paxton, John Wayne in the chat. Shout out to everyone tuning in to our pregame show as well, as the Wolfpack and Boilermakers are ready to square off in about 20 minutes.
Hey, listen, this is why we play, right? The road ends here in Phoenix, Arizona, the Final Four. I mean, 68 teams, we're down to just 3 games left, including the national championship on Monday, which we'll also be live for. A little spoiler alert right there. But Purdue, NC State, battle of the big fellas in Zach Edey and DJ Burns. I can't wait. It's going to be a very interesting matchup. Obviously, Purdue's Zach Edey just named AP Player of the Year in the country, and DJ Burns has looked like a one-man wrecking machine for this NC State Wolfpack team. Very interested to see that matchup, the fouls, who's gonna have the upper hand there, and then the guard play as well is going to be special with these two teams.
I mean, we're going to dive into this matchup more and more as we get closer and closer to tip-off. We got Phyllis saying, Cardiac Pack, let's go State. We got John Wayne watching from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Gamer Snake Gaming was saying, go NC. The one thing that the Wolfpack has going for them is the trio of big men they can throw out at Zach Edey to attempt to defend him. You've got DJ Burns, who's grabbing all the national headlines in the spotlight. He deserves it, but I think we should just show some love to Mohamed Diarra and Ben Middlebrooks.
Yep.
Those two have been fantastic, specifically Diarra, an absolute beast on the glass. He can really mix it up inside, and when you have that many guys that you can throw out and at a Zach Edey, giving him different looks, it could cause some confusion and could bode well for the Wolfpack.
Absolutely, and it's weird. The dynamic they have with that 3 big setup, you kind of have each guy having his own skill set. Obviously, DJ Burns, the back-to-the-basket guy, kind of a Zach Randolph type, is who he gets compared to very often. Great touch around the rim, but can honestly stretch it out to about a 10, 15-foot jumper as well. And then Diarra, that athletic freak inside. He's grabbing a lot of the rebounds. He's doing the alley-oop dunks. He's getting inside, getting in good position. And then Ben Middlebrooks, kind of a best of both worlds of those two guys. So they have a 3-headed attack to throw at the nation's best big man in Zach Edey. I'm interested to see how they match up with them.
Yeah, I mean, when you look specifically at the Wolfpack 2, Smitty, here, I see Paxton in the chat. Shout out to you, Paxton, saying both DJs are good. And that 2-man game has been very solid for the Wolfpack over this little miracle or Cinderella run for NC State. You have DJ Horn, the talented guard who is averaging 16, 17 points a game during regular season play for NC State. And then obviously you've got Burns, who's been the 6'9", 275 big man inside that has captivated the entire country. Those two DJs, man, they could run those pick and rolls very effectively. And I'll be intrigued to see how Purdue defends it and how Edey will attempt to guard it, because Horn's quick and athletic enough to get over those screens, coming off him on curls, and beat Edey to the rim. Now, Zach Edey's got those lengthy arms that he can really deter you from the rim, but if he's able to get Edey to fully commit to Horn coming inside, well, then you just have that easy little drop-off pass to Burns or a little pick and pop for a nice little 15-foot jumper that he showcased on a high level against the Blue Devils in the Elite Eight.
Absolutely, and you talk about DJ Horn. he, against the Blue Devils in that Elite Eight matchup here in Dallas, Texas, he didn't really get things going really until the home stretch of that ball game. I know he ended up with, I believe, over 15 points in the game. I think he ended up with 17, but he wasn't shooting the ball super efficiently. Obviously, the defensive backcourt that Duke had maybe a little bit better than than Purdue's guards like to defend, Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer. So very interested to see maybe DJ Horn can kind of dictate tempo for NC State in this one early, get some easy buckets, and get into a rhythm that helps this NC State offense propel to a close game down the stretch.
Yeah, we got Riley Shea in the building watching from the 305. Montgomery, Alabama from Kelly. Kelly will be live as well for the game tonight following this first one, NC State, Purdue, UConn, Alabama. Braden Smith is going to win it for Purdue from JT. Todd's rocking with NC State. So is GR, crushing stuff. Before we talk more about these matchups and games, as NC State is taking the floor right now in Phoenix, Arizona, we have to tell you guys about one of our sponsors, and that is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app on the market. I play PrizePicks every single day. You should as well. There is no better app to get started to make these games more fun than PrizePicks, and they're offering you a first deposit match right now up to $100 when you download the app and input code CLNS or use the link in the live chat and description of today's show, which is prizepicks.com/CLNS with that code CLNS. March is over. We know that. We're in April, but April also brings out the biggest action on the hardwood, whether it be the men's Final Four tipping off tonight, whether it be the women's Final Four yesterday with the championship game on Sunday, and then you also look to the NBA with the postseason getting started in just a week and a half. The biggest moments in basketball happen in April. Be a part of the action on PrizePicks today. You can also get up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks as the world's best players take the game to a new level during the basketball postseason. I made some picks for tonight's Final Four games.
What do we got here, Rolly?
I got a doozy. I took Zach Edey more than 25.5 points. I got this earlier in the week. PrizePicks actually offering a special that brought down Edey's point total for today, so I got in my face there. But I still believe he's going to get his inside. He's averaging 30 games for the tournament. In that second game tonight, I got 2 Huskies, more than Cam Spencer, 15.5 points. Alabama likes to get in that fast-paced offensive track meet. I think Spencer's going to get a lot of looks from deep. I expect him to hit them more than on 15.5. And then Klingon inside is just averaging 10 boards this tournament as well, alongside 15.8 points. I think Klingon's going to have another good game on the glass, 9.5 rebounds today.
I like the picks.
Join the 3 million members at PrizePicks today. Just pick more than, pick less than on 2 or more player stat projections, and you can watch the winnings roll in. It truly is that easy. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. So download the app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Appreciate PrizePicks for sponsoring today.
Absolutely. I love playing PrizePicks. I played PrizePicks way before they were even a sponsor here at Chat Sports, and I mean, they've just made my life so much easier here living in Texas, being able to have some action out on these games and being able to just get that extra level of intensity, get my heart rate going a little more for a Final Four matchup that I'm very excited to see. If you love the Final Four, if you love March Madness, if this is one of your favorite sporting events of the year, I know it's me and Rolly's favorite of the year.
Yeah.
Hit the thumbs up icon. This helps us attract more college basketball fans to tonight's stream. Hit the thumbs up icon. It gets our likes up and just gets a bigger party here at Chat Sports for our Final Four live stream. You won't regret it. We're going to get absolutely turned up tonight as Purdue and NC State are getting ready to tip off.
Yeah, I mean, we got 50 people watching. We should be at 50% likes with no hesitation here. Come on, hit that like button. We are live here for the Final Four. If you can't watch on cable or TBS or however you watch your games normally, well, we're here to keep you covered with live interactive scoreboard, play-by-play. We have it all. So show your appreciation. Takes 1 second. No time out of your day, but it helps us grow our channel and grow our live show. So hit that like button for me right now. Joey DeLuca is tapping in saying F Rolly. Of course you are. Of course you are. What's up, DeLuca? How's it going? How's it going? Todd Davis says Edey would get drafted where? That's a hot topic. Todd, if you are subscribed to our Chat Sports channel and check out our NBA draft videos, I put those out here on the channel. And I am a little bit lower on Edey as an NBA prospect than others. We'll see how that ends up coming to fruition in late June. But I project him to be maybe fringe first round, early second round pick. But I know a lot of people think he could be someone that goes late lottery. I am not on that train, but maybe you guys believe that. On a team like Boston, honestly, in the late first round could be intriguing for him.
I agree.
It would be an interesting fit to be the backup center to Porzingis.
I think so. You can never have too many shot blockers in today's NBA. Guys are getting bigger and longer. Obviously, you need somebody who can defend Wemby. But before this game tips off, who do you got? Type PUR for Purdue or type NCST for NC State, as I can't spell type.
I'm fixing now.
Very interesting spelling choices by me there. But you guys know the drill. Type NC State, type Purdue down in the chat. Time and the Buckeyes saying Purdue.
Fix, so push.
JT is saying Purdue. Paxton saying Purdue covers 9.5 point spread for the Boilermakers tonight.
Smitty, we should have done a better job of checking out the sabermetrics and analytics. When was the last time that our two Final Four games were both basically double-digit spreads?
I don't have a for sure answer, but I believe that the year that Villanova absolutely cooked everybody.
Yeah, they steamrolled,
They steamrolled. And
was that the year that Michigan?
Yes.
They were double-digit favorites in that game?
They were against Loyola Chicago, so they might have been. It was close. It was potentially close, but I know that the Villanova-Oklahoma spread was probably a big one as well. They ended up winning that game by like 30.
Poor Buddy Hield.
Yeah, poor Buddy Hield.
That was also the turn. What about the tournament of 2016, Syracuse, and North Carolina?
Yeah.
And then that was Oklahoma-Villanova.
Was that one Oklahoma-Villanova? I think
that was Oklahoma-Villanova because both games were blowouts because the Tar Heels just absolutely dominated Malachi Richardson, Michael Benajay, and the Orangemen in 2016, and I'm pretty sure Buddy Hield got beat by like 30 by Villanova.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what the spreads were. Those were both blowouts, that is for sure. We got Todd saying Edie's second round, he sucks. All right. Ennie saying I got my prize pick. Shout out to you, Ennie. If you play PrizePicks, type PP down below. We'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely.
NC State for Todd. Riley Shea says NC State. Oklahoma Villanova says Paxton. Joey DeLuca loves March Madness, so do we. Phillies Maroon says go Pack. A lot of NC State fans, or supporters, I should say.
I love it.
In the chat tonight right now. Purdue getting a little bit outnumbered, but Kelly, JT, rooting for Purdue. So is Ty Man, the Buckeye. Phillies just rocking with DJ Burns. And how can you not rock with the guy? He's taken the nation by storm. He's been absolutely fantastic for the Wolfpack, one of our more entertaining players in the game today as well, at least at the college level. What's up, Daniel Barry? What's up, Daniel?
Keep typing who you got in the chat. The more times you spam whoever you have in this ball game, that also gets the chat rate pumping. That tells YouTube, listen, we're having a party here. People are active in the chat, and they'll tell more people to join in tonight's live stream as well. Who is your X factor for the Purdue Boilermakers? They kind of have a lot of weapons they can use. They're about the closest team to Purdue in the sense that they have just so many ways that they can attack you. Obviously, Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer at the guard positions, Lance Jones at the wing, and obviously Zach Edey down low. There's a lot of different spots that they can attack you from. Great three-point shooting team, really high-powered offense. If they get hot from distance in the first half, this could be a long game for NC State. So who do you guys think is going to be the difference maker for Purdue against the Wolfpack?
Yeah, if I had to go with one name here, I'm always a fan of Mason Gillis.
Oh,
he is just a experienced four that can space the floor. He's shooting 40% from three this year for the Boilermakers. But to me, maybe not in this game because they are just more talented than NC State, but we've seen the Wolfpack overcome it thus far. Lance Jones is the guy that personally makes the Boilermakers go when you're asking me, because you've got Lawyer, you've got Smith in the backcourt, but Jones is kind of that third guard that they put at the wing. He's not the biggest guy. Like, he's only 6'1". He's got some meat on his bone. He's stocky. But to me, when he's able to consistently knock down his shot from the perimeter, it just only elevates this team's offensive capabilities because Smith and Lawyer are very good with the ball in their hands. They run the pick and roll with Edey so effectively. And then obviously the dump down game with Edey back to the basket, which is as dominant as a play as we have in college basketball. But when you have Lance Jones coming off pin downs, curls, hitting those catch-and-shoot threes, or when they double Edey, kick out to Lance Jones, and he's knocking down the threes, Purdue is very, very difficult to beat. And that's been the biggest difference from last year's Boilermaker team to this year's, in my mind, Smitty, is the emergence of Lance Jones on this team, providing a fourth scorer and a third guy from the perimeter for Purdue.
Yeah, I mean, Lance Jones, obviously picking him up in the transfer portal over the offseason, it just elevates this team to a level that they didn't have last year. They have just another body that can attack you and go off for 10, 12, 15 points in a ball game, and that could be the difference for a Boilermaker team that could be ice cold from three sometimes. Sometimes they're red hot and everything's going great, but having Jones there elevates this team to the next level. I definitely agree that he's a big difference maker for this Boilermaker team.
Yeah, 84 people watching in our pregame. We're about 7 minutes away from getting tipped off in Arizona. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We are on the road to 369,000. Very nice, if you ask me.
Very nice.
We should be able to get there, no question. So if you're someone stumbling across Chat Sports for the first time today, please hit that sub button. We go live for big events such as the NFL Draft that is occurring in a couple weeks. I mean, we're live for the Final Four. We'll be live for the second game tonight as well between Alabama and UConn. We'll be live for the National Championship game. We put out daily content. Often 2 videos a day as well, whether it be NBA, college football, NFL. We have it all. So hit that sub button for us right now. Let's get to 369,000 subscribers on tonight's live show. All right, as we transition over to the Wolfpack with 5 minutes to go in this ball game, the X factor to me is pretty simple, Smitty. And you need Horn to have a good game, but you also need another guy from the perimeter to have a big game. And to me, that is Michael O'Connell, the senior who was the man who hit that bank shot.
The reason they're here.
The reason why they were able to get to overtime against NC State, or excuse me, against Virginia, and go into overtime and get into the NCAA tournament. When he's able to knock down shots from deep, it just elevates this team's offensive capabilities. And to me, he's got to hit a lot of threes if they want to win this game today.
I mean, Braden Smith is going to pull from distance. Fletcher Lawyer is going to pull from distance. Even Lance Jones has a lot of range. This Purdue Boilermaker team has a lot of offensive firepower that can hit threes in bunches. NC State's going to have to find a way to respond to that, and O'Connell is absolutely the man for the job. Obviously, DJ Horn can stretch it out as well, but you're going to need a guy who's just able to curl off a screen, come around to the top of the key, potentially hit a momentum-shifting shot, and I think Michael O'Connell is the guy that the NC State is going to need to get that done. Obviously, DJ Burns at the top and DJ Horn are your 2 guys that, if they don't show up, this game's going to be wrapped up in the first 10 minutes. But if O'Connell can hit big shots and keep the Purdue offense at bay, then keep the Purdue defense honest as well. This is going to be a close game down the stretch, and we're going to get a classic Final Four matchup.
Yeah, as we just get over 100 people watching, make sure you have hit that thumbs up icon. We only have 16 likes right now. It's flat out embarrassing if you ask me. If you love March Madness, this is the Final Four. Hit the thumbs up button. We are live here for free, providing some nice entertaining content if you ask me. Let's get to 50 likes. Get the 50% like rate before we tip off. We are 3.5 minutes away from getting started in the Final Four here. Purdue, NC State should be a fun one. Hit that thumbs up icon. Help us out here. Listen, we convinced the bosses to let us go live for this game. Don't make us look bad. Hit that thumbs up icon. Help us out so the bosses can stay off our back. I see DeLuca in the chat saying, "Who you going, Rolly?" And he's asked that for Smitty as well. I'll say this. I like to see NC State continue to get this Cinderella run all the way to the national championship game. But for the sake of a good title game, I believe UConn's going to win our second game, which means I think an NC State UConn game would get ugly real quick. So I'm going to probably pick Purdue and want Purdue to win so we can get a Purdue UConn national championship game, because that would be very, very entertaining if you're asking me. What's up, Maya? It's good to see you in the chat. Allie Barefoot's checking in as well, saying Smitty looking real cute today. Not me, though. That's tough.
She said that was our good friend Jake Chipper who said that comment as well. Hey, shouts out to you, my man, Chip.
That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Make sure you do continue to hit that like video. And as we are 2 minutes away from tip, temperature check time. Are you ready for tip-off? Are you ready for this game to get underway? If you are, spam me down below. We're giving shout-outs to every single person who comments me in the chat right now. So get in. Oh, see, tough life to live over there. Time Man's ready. Paxton's ready. Michael's ready. Joey DeLuca is ready. Time Man always is ready to go here at Chat Sports. A real one to the fullest extent. Maya's is ready. Riley Shea. John Monroe. Shout out to everyone commenting me down below in the chat as we are getting starting lineups announced. NC State just concluded. Purdue getting their starting lineup announced as well. Obviously headlined by Zach Edey and the two guards in the backcourt, Lawyer and Braden Smith. But someone we didn't talk about in the pregame really is Trey Kaufman-Wren, who actually took over for Mason Gillis at that 4 position in the starting lineup. Gillis comes off the bench now, but he's provided some very nice things for the Boilermakers as well.
Yeah, I mean, just the Purdue team this year just feels deeper than last year's. And we thought last year's team was one of the deeper teams in college basketball. Obviously, that ended up not being the case. It's kind of, Fairleigh Dickinson kind of wore them out in the opening game. So I'm very interested to see if NC State this time, which isn't really the deepest team, they got about 2 or 3, I mean, maybe 2 guys off the bench who are kind of worthy of getting extended minutes in this ball game. So Purdue's going to be able to run up and down the floor. We got to see if NC State's willing to keep up.
Yeah, we got Sam typing me, Jacobs, Phillies, and we got our first super chat of the day. Shout out to the legend himself, Chase _ Senior. $2 super chat, Smitty and Rolly, 2 ball knowers. It's beautiful, baby. I agree. I'm fired up. Appreciate you, Senior. And for the rest of the people watching today's live show, any super chat, you know what? For the rest of the night, any super chat, I'm taking a sip of a happy dad. Thank you, Mr. Senior, for getting us started on today's sipping. And listen, if you want to send a $10 super chat, I got Patron. I'll take a shot tequila. Now, how about this? If we do a $20 super chat, Smitty and I will beer bong race.
Uh-oh.
How about that? We'll make that.
The Merbonga.
The Merbonga's here. Senior side. Dickie V voice is undefeated, baby. All right, we're ready to get tipped off here, Smitty.
Keep spamming your me's down in the chat.
Get the countdown out as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, 150 people watching. Not as many people that is in Phoenix as we are getting underway here. Let's go, baby. And also, let me know who you got in this ball game as well as we are officially getting tipped off. The tip is won, no surprise, by Zach Edey. So the Boilermakers will start the game with the ball. Braden Smith, in his second year for Purdue, has been fantastic. His upgrade in play has just been the reason why Purdue has been so dominant this year. They post up Edey on DJ Burns to start, doubled, back out to Lance Jones for 3, too strong. An offensive rebound over Diarra doesn't happen often, but Purdue's going to get a second chance opportunity. Wren inside, right hook is good over Diarra, and Purdue strikes first with a second chance opportunity. I'll tell you what, if Purdue's going to live on the glass and give themselves second chance opportunities, NC State doesn't really stand much of a chance.
I agree.
They're going to post up DJ Burns on the first possession for the Wolfpack now. He spins, fades away on the baseline. No good, but there's Diarra crashing the glass for the Wolfpack, but Braden Smith comes away with it and is fouled in transition. Todd Davis, shout out to you. We know that you're ready for today's live show and ready for the game. Continue to let us know who you got as we have tipped off here. Type NC State and at NCST for the Wolfpack. Type your PUR for the Boilermakers. Michael's saying, come on, DR, I need you. Yeah, he needs to have a big game for the Wolfpack if you're asking me.
Early foul on DJ Burns, says Paxton. That's right. It's going to be something to monitor here as he looks to guard Zach Edey down low. Edey's going to get it in.
Yeah, they're going to boast up Edey all day long. Let's see how Burns holds up. Not there. Edey gets to his left shoulder and gets the left hook to go, and the 2-time player of the year is on the board as the Boilermakers lead by 4. I mean, if he's going to get to that left shoulder and score every time, it's going to be light work. But NC State answers. The DJs with a connection. Burns to Horn inside. Burns is one of the best passers in the entire country. Don't get it twisted because of his size. He can pass the rock.
Edey again down low. No good this time, but he's going to grab his own rebound. Go back up with it. No good again. Good defense by DJ Burns. Another second chance opportunity for Purdue, and a 3-ball is going to go down.
I mean, that simply can't happen if you're the Wolfpack. If you have any hopes of taking down the number 1 seed Purdue, you need to get stops and rebounds.
Yep.
And what I've seen so far is we've seen Edey miss a couple shots here. The physicality of DJ Burns, how is that going to wear on him? Turnover, though. Here comes Purdue. They just look way more comfortable on the big stage right now at 3 minutes into this ball game. Painter's going to call for a set, and Braden Smith brings it back out. DJ Horn is going to be the primary defender on the point guard for the Boilermakers. Smith calls for a screen, gets it from Edey. Smith working downhill, gets to the rim, hangs, can't finish. Rebound fought for, out of bounds. It will stay with Purdue. And something that I did not anticipate, Smitty, is the Boilermakers, yes, they are one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, but they have actually dominated thus far. Diarra and Burns can gobble up boards, but they haven't been able to do so far.
Well, it's funny to see. The Purdue guards are the ones really crashing the boards. They're outside from the perimeter. NC State Wolfpack players got to put a body on those guys if they're crashing the glass.
Already 4 offensive rebounds for Purdue. That is not a winning recipe if you're Keats in the Wolfpack. They got Wren posting up on Diarra. Left hook, no good, but a foul will be called, and Purdue is going to head to the line to look to extend this 5-point lead they hold early in this one. Physical game inside thus far. Wren, like I mentioned, getting into that starting lineup. Mason Gillis has been the starter for Purdue the past couple seasons, but the sophomore has now taken over that spot. 150 people watching. First free throw made. Make sure you have hit that like icon. Only 30 likes. Let's get the 50 likes. How about this? Let's get the 50 likes before 15 minutes to go in the game. In the first half, I should say. We get to 50 likes, I'll take a shot tequila.
Ooh.
I'll do a free tequila shot.
Matter of fact, I'll second that.
Ooh, like that. Usually $10. Come on. Middlebrooks checks in for NC State as we have our first substitution in the game. Horn coming off a screen. Jumper at the elbow. No good. Edey gobbles up the board. Outlet to Braden Smith. He's out and running. Purdue can play at any type of pace, whether it be a track meet or where they want to slow it down. They play their best when they're working with pace, but against the Volunteers, they really slowed things down in the Elite Eight.
Lawyer again, no good from the mid-range, and it's going to be Diarra with the rebound.
Pair of substitutions for the Wolfpack. Casey Marcel checks in as well. They get it to Middlebrooks. Swings it over to Horn. Horn, pull-up jumper over Edey is good.
They're going to have to go.
DJ Horn's got all 4 points for the Wolfpack, their leading scorer in regular season play. And I like the no hesitation he showcased there, coming off the pin down. That's an over and back, and it's called. Braden Smith was not aware of where his foot was, and he clearly stepped over and back. The official saw it. It's the first turnover of the game for Purdue, and the Wolfpack will get a chance to cut into this 5-point deficit. 13 likes away from 50. Come on, folks. We're live here on Chat Sports for free. Hit that like icon. Let's get to 50 likes. 13 away from a free shot. Middlebrooks gets it taken away, and Purdue's going to have room service. Oh, but it's blocked! What? Braden Smith just waited too long, and NC State got back. But 2 is not as much as 3, and Lance Jones knocks down a triple to put Purdue up 8, and the Wolfpack are going to want to talk things over. Man, how about that effort play from Marcel, though, on the Wolfpack side? It looked like Braden Smith was going to have an easy layup. Instead, he gets rejected, but Lance Jones knocks down a triple, and the Boilermakers out to an early 8-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, things that NC State needs to do to stay in this ball game. Take care of the basketball. Rebound the basketball. Two things that they just didn't do on one possession turned into 3 points for Purdue, and now we're seeing almost a double-digit lead for the Boilermakers.
Well, if you count that, even though it's tough when you get blocked and you keep the possession of the ball to count as an offensive rebound, but that is already the 5th offensive rebound just 4 minutes into this game, and if you want to beat the Boilermakers, you simply can't give them second chance opportunities like NC State has so far.
They're too lethal of scorers at not just down low, not just in the mid-range, all 3 levels beyond the arc. Purdue can score from anywhere, like you said. They can play any pace, and they're showcasing that early in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing that stood out to me the most, Smitty, when they played Tennessee, is that the Volunteers like to get out and run. Purdue is good in pace too, but they knew and realized that Tennessee had the advantage in a fast-paced game, so they slowed it down. They could play and win in any type of game.
Absolutely.
I like to play and win on PrizePicks, and they're offering you a first deposit match up to $100 when you download the app and use code CLNS. You can still make picks for the game that we're watching right now between Purdue and NC State, but if you'd rather just reset, get some picks in for the second Final Four game today, which is UConn and Alabama. Just pick more than, pick less than. It's that easy. The biggest action on the hardwood takes place in April. Even though March is over, it is still big-time hoops on display. And one of my favorite things as well is that you can play some games alongside some of your favorite athletes and PrizePicks ambassadors. Rapper Meek Mill, UFC champion Sugar Sean O'Malley. You can see their picks when you go over to the community plays under the promos tab to view entries from the biggest names on the PrizePicks community each week. I'm not on that PrizePick community tab just yet, maybe one day.
One day.
But my picks, I think, are just as good. I took the more than on Zach Edey, 25.5 points. He already has 2. 1 for 3, 1 for 4 from the field. A little slow start for the big man from Purdue. And then in tonight's game, I took the more than on Cam Spencer, 15.5 points, and more than on Donovan Clingan, 9.5 boards. I think those two for the Huskies get active early and often. You could win up to 5 times your money with a pick like this if you do a power play. You could do a flex play as well. You could really just pick your poison, which is why PrizePicks is the best. They've got new deals for returning users, new users. They got fun specials every single day. So get started today with the #1 daily fantasy sports app in North America. It's in the live chat, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS. Or just download the app in your app store and input code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100.
Here we go. Ball game coming back. Perfect timing here.
I mean, Purdue's got 12 points, Smitty, 10 of them on second chance opportunities. That can't happen.
I mean, they're literally losing if NC State grabs the rebound on every possession down.
I mean, you expect Purdue to start hitting more shots, but
there's one potentially.
Oh, a big shot from
Michael O'Connell?
Yeah, that was O'Connell. I was spacing on the name. O'Connell, who I highlighted as one of my impact X Factor players. Another over and back for Purdue.
Interesting.
So that's 2 turnovers by Braden Smith on the over and back. Let's watch the replay. Yeah, it didn't get tipped. He just dribbled it over and back.
Yep.
2 turnovers for the sophomore, Braden Smith. But, yeah, O'Connell there with a triple, which is big for NC State because if he could get going from behind the arc, that is going to only give another layer to this Wolfpack offensive attack.
Absolutely. And Braden Smith there with the turnover. He's been one of the most dominant guards in this entire tournament and really the entire country so far. He's been setting up teammates for easy looks, but also scoring at an efficient clip as well. And that's his second over and back call. Maybe he's a little bit rattled here in his first Final Four appearance.
Well, that's why I think they lost in the first round to Fairleigh Dickinson last year. I mean, listen, losing as a 1 seed is very rare. It's only happened one other time, right? Virginia, UMBC. But they were a true freshman backcourt in Lawyer and Smith last year.
Yeah.
This year they come back. They obviously still have Edey. They still have Gillis. They bring in a pair of transfers, specifically headlined by Lance Jones, and your more experienced ball club. So that's why they've been able to play so well this season is because their backcourt has just been more experienced and better, but they're making freshman-type mistakes early in this game. I mean, Braden Smith has the 2 over and back turnovers, but he also got blocked after having a clear runaway layup. He slowed down to go for a 2-handed slam and got blocked from behind. It was one of those things where if he just sprints to the rim and lays it up and in, you get a bucket. Now, it ultimately helped them get a 3, but some of these mistakes from Braden Smith specifically have been a little eye-opening for me thus far.
Yeah, definitely.
We did cross 50 likes.
We
by the
did.
way.
We did. Let's take some shots.
That's fun to me. I got the Patron on me. Did I grab a shot glass?
I did not get a shot glass.
No.
I'll go grab one real
We'll
quick.
grab a shot glass in a second. There's your Patron there.
Luckily, we got
Shout out to you. 231 people watching right now. Shout out to everyone who has liked the video, crossing 50 likes. I promise a shot of tequila. Oh, appreciate y'all for tapping in. If you're just joining us, make sure you do hit that like button. Yeah, Joseph, we've had 2 over and backs on Purdue. Pair of turnovers from Braden Smith as the Boilermakers out to a 12-7 lead. My biggest gripe, by the way, with college basketball, I'm one of the biggest college hoop heads out there, same with Smitty. But are you kidding me with this? NC State calls a timeout, 15 minutes, 55 seconds. That should classify as the under 4 or under 16 timeout. Instead, we got another dead ball 40 seconds later, and we have to go to another commercial. A little ridiculous, if you're asking me. Little ridiculous, if you're asking me. Yeah. Chris Moore says, will there be another stream for the second Final Four game? You betcha. Me and Smitty are not going anywhere after NC State Purdue. We'll be live for UConn and Alabama. We'll have a separate stream for that game. We won't just keep the same stream. So we'll end this one, and we'll redirect you guys over to that one and then get started about 5 minutes after we sign off on this one for our second game of the night. Renzo saying Patron, yes, sir.
Cheers.
My favorite tequila, if
gang.
you're asking me. My favorite. Remember, $10 is a shot of tequila. $20, we will do a beer bong race. We got the Happy Dads on deck.
You already know.
You already know how we get down here at Chat Sports. All right, we're back. NC State's shooting 3 of 5 from the field. The Boilermakers 4 of 10. Burns with a turnover. He tried to swing it over to O'Connell, and it got tipped up and stolen by Smith, so he atones for one of his turnovers. He drives inside, swings over to the Lawyer, now inserted down to Zach Edey on the right block. Edey gets to his left hook, leaves it short, but gets a friendly roll, and Edey now up to 4 points. It's very, very difficult to stop Edey getting to either to his right shoulder or left shoulder. He's much better going over his right, so the scouting report would suggest living with the left hooks, but he's made 2 of them so far.
Especially DJ Burns, who wants to stay out of foul trouble early.
DJ Burns tries to answer with a nice little left hook over Edey. Does not go, but Middlebrooks, the big man off the bench, creating a second chance opportunity for Purdue, will be baseline out of bounds, or excuse me, for the Wolfpack. A lot of NC State supporters in our chat today. Let us know who you are rooting for, whether it be NC State or Purdue.
Who do you got? Whether that's who you're rooting for or who you think is going to win the game, just type it no matter what. PUR for Purdue, NCST for the Wolfpack of NC State.
Burns backing down Edey once again. He gets to his left hand. It's a strong hand and hits a nice little 10-foot jump hook to get NC State within 5.
His turnaround hook game is so crazy because he has more range than anybody I've ever seen play. Like he's turning around from 10, 12 feet and just has immense touch with one hand.
He also is not afraid to go at Edey, as we've seen early here.
Uh-oh.
Turnover. Oh, no!
Oh,
a sniper! A sniper has entered the arena!
Man down! Man down!
I don't know what happened. O'Connell rips Zach Edey as he was backing down. A 3-on-2 for NC State, and then O'Connell just hits the deck.
Look like Daniel Jones against the Eagles.
That is a great analogy, Smitty. Let's watch the replay. No, yeah, he just got hit.
Oh, man.
He got sniped.
Man, he slipped or something. Some part of his shoe made him
Oh, and then
there.
he turned his ankle. That's double trouble.
I was going to say, he probably didn't feel too great after that tumble either.
So the initial tumble started just because he lost his footing, and then he turned his ankle on the downfall. Yeah. Double trouble for O'Connell and the Wolfpack.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a limp coming off, and he's going to get checked out by the medical staff for NC State.
And he's a key player for NC State.
Like we mentioned, he's their 3-point threat. 14-9 ball game, a little over 6 minutes into action here. It's going to be Braden Smith top of the key. Takes it to the rack, tries to get it.
Another turnover.
Teammate, another turnover forced by the Wolfpack. Let's see if they can capitalize on this
got
one.
an easy man. It's Diarra inside, who left it short on a dunk attempt.
Was he blocked?
I don't know what is happening. I'm telling you what, NC State is all out of sorts.
Bedlam.
I mean,
In
Diarra's wiping his eye. Did he get hit? No.
Stuffed by the rim. Get up there, young fella.
Diarra, very athletic, just did not jump high enough. This is something, I tell you what. This team has had it all. Turnovers, snipers.
Backcourt violations. What are we doing here?
Yeah, this is college basketball to a T.
Oh, yeah. Still a 2-possession ball game, though. Purdue hasn't jumped out to too crazy of a lead yet. Most they had was 8. And easy jump hook by Zach Edey.
I mean, like we said, you can't let Edey get to his right hook that easy. It's basically automatic, and Zach Edey right there shows you why. He averaging 30 points a game in this tournament. He's already got 6 here early to go alongside 3 rebounds. They do that pick and roll we talked about in the pregame between the two DJs. Drop coverage by Edey, and Horn is unable to make the jumper, but he could get that look anytime he wanted to in this game. That's something to keep your eye out, folks, because if they run that pick and roll, DJ Horn could get an easy pull-up jumper in the mid-range every time. They double Edey inside, kicked out to Lawyer for 3, leaves it short. Excuse me, that's not Lawyer. No good from Purdue either way.
That's the thing. That's how Zach Edey is so effective. Is defenses will crash down low on him when he's trying to get into post position, as NC State will miss a 3 of their own. And he just has opportunities to kick out to so many three-point shooters on that Purdue team. That one missed by the Boilermakers.
Camden Hyde is the first substitution for Purdue. Mason Gillis is also into the ball game for the Boilermakers. Lance Jones, deep triple, does not go. Fantastic box out by DJ Burns. Allows NC State to crash inside and get the defensive rebound to close out that possession. Jaden Taylor in for the Wolfpack, and he gets right to the rim for an easy layup to get it back to a 5-point game. Burns on the dime. Man, he can pass it. He's already got 2 dishes early in this one.
Underrated passer, absolutely, DJ Burns. Everybody talks about his back-to-the-basket game, but really a facilitator and great court vision overall.
Edey inside, too easy, lays it up and in. He's now up to 8 points as the Purdue lead balloons up to 7.
Yeah, and you can't let Edey get too down low. You kind of have to cut him off when he's curling and cutting to the basket off of the pick and roll.
The pick and roll is so dangerous, Smitty, because you either have to make a choice of stopping Braden Smith or whatever guard it is getting to the rim, or if you hedge and show, well, it's easy drop off to Edey because he goes unmarked.
Yep.
Burns, top of the key jumper, too strong. Edey comes away with the board as he's on his way to a first-half double-double. Already has 8 points and 4 boards.
Not even 10 minutes into the ball game.
I mean, he just is a stat sheet stuffer. Braden Smith picks up his dribble a little too early, gets it over to Edey, now back to Smith. He'll line up a 3, leaves it short, rebound by DJ Horn, and here come the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack
up ahead,
a little bit of numbers.
Good look for 3, air ball, and that's the difference between a standard gym and an NFL arena that you're playing in, like they are playing in, I think it's State Farm Arena.
Yeah, State Farm Arena.
Yeah.
Elevated surfaces.
Elevated surfaces, bigger crowd, different look, but it's not a different look for Purdue as another triple goes down, and it's our first double-digit lead of the game. The Boilermakers lead 21-11. It's the largest lead tonight for Purdue. NC State's got to get settled in here. Burns has it. Push shot from the free throw line. Gets a friendly roll. Maybe that slows down this Wolfpack team right now.
They just got to get a little bit more under control. They're playing a little bit erratically right now. They're silly turnovers. Just play your ball game that you've been playing this entire tournament, and even back to the ACC tournament as well, and you'll be just fine.
Edey gets to his right hook. It's too easy for him. You can't. It's too simple.
Shot.
Another bucket for Edey. He's now in double figures, and if you're going to allow him to get to his right hook in the middle of that paint that easy, you're in for a long night. DJ Horn looks to answer with a 3, rattles it home. The leading scorer for the Wolfpack in the regular season has 7 points now, lead down to 7 for Purdue.
I'm not going to lie, with how easy Purdue's been able to score, it feels like NC State needed that jumper to fall.
Absolutely, and I don't think NC State wanted to turn this into a track meet offensively, but we have one right now.
Another offensive rebound from Purdue. That one was a long rebound, but still have to get a body on guys. Everybody needs to be boxing out against a Purdue team that loves to crash.
Purdue 3, in and out. That was Braden Smith on the miss. DJ Horn with the board that time.
He had a lot of room there, though. Those are going to go down eventually.
I don't like the defense that NC State's been playing. It feels like Purdue is getting an open look almost. It's either a turnover or an open shot every time for Purdue.
And on the other side, NC State seems to be working for every single basket. Nothing's coming easy.
That's why one team barely got in and the other was a 1 seed. Step back for Jaden Taylor, no good. Offensive rebound by NC State. Tried to draw a foul and could not get it called, and Edey stands tall.
Think about the bucket first, not the contact.
We see that too much in our game of the NBA nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Did we have a stoppage, by the way, for the under 12?
We did not.
So we're going straight to the under 8. That's what we like to see. They don't do
yeah.
double for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do double?
Oh, I don't think they do double
I was
commercial.
going to say, they just go right to it.
Yeah, regular commercial.
Braden Smith working inside. Elbow jumper, too strong. Now Purdue's kind of going through a little bit of a lull here. Can NC State take advantage and get this much closer of a game? Horn gets a screen from Burns. Pull up 3. Hits side rim. Felt like another shot that needed to go for NC State as both teams have entered a scoring lull. I don't think we've had a bucket for 2+ minutes by either squad.
If this turns into a 3-point shooting battle, I put my money on Purdue to eventually break that spell and hit more than NC State.
I mean, the Boilermakers have launched 9 threes, make it 10.
Gillis
connects to go back up by 10. Mason Gillis is a 40% three-point shooter this season. He's been terrific for Purdue. The senior from Newcastle, Indiana. Diarra left open. Does he have the answer? He does not.
Not who I love taking outside jumpers for NC State.
I'll never forget a story that Paul George told when he was a rookie in the NBA. I'm wide open, but I'm missing these threes, and my teammates are getting on me. It's like, I'm wide open. Don't you think there's a reason why you're wide open? Braden Smith probing outside, kicks it back over to Gillis. He's marked by Diarra.
Going to be Lance Jones now giving it into Edey.
This feels like an Edey left hook. It's so predictable. He gets to it and is fouled by DJ Burns, so he'll go to the line for 2 when we come back from timeout.
That'll be DJ Burns' second foul of the first half. Something to monitor here as Purdue is up 10 with 2 shots at the line coming up.
370 people watching. If you haven't already, hit that sub button. We're on the road to 369,000 subscribers today. Very nice. We're 81 away.
I think we're going to get there tonight. No doubt about it.
I am willing to guarantee that there are at least 50 people out of the 360 watching that are not subscribed. Why should you subscribe? Well, we go live for games like the Final Four. We go live for the NFL Draft, NBA Finals. We'll probably go live for more games here on the channel for more playoff games this year. But we are also going to be live for the national championship game on Monday. So hit that sub button. And outside of just the live shows you're getting like this one, we put out 2 videos a day on the latest college football, NBA draft, NBA playoffs, NFL. We have it all here at Chat Sports. We are your #1 spot for sports coverage on YouTube. Join the channel today.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of content coming in hot. This is like the hottest time of the year coming up for Chat Sports. NFL Draft, obviously the NBA playoffs. It's an exciting time to be subscribed to Chat Sports. Got a plethora of team channels as well, but stick with us here for daily sports content.
I was also saying this, Smitty. April, underrated best sports calendar month. Like, I don't think it's the best, but it's definitely top 3, top 4.
You have all 4 major sports playing and college basketball's Final Four. You get the Masters. There's a lot going on in April.
I was going to say, you get Masters, you get Final Four, you get playoffs starting in both NBA and NHL, you get MLB, you have the NFL Draft. Obviously, it's going to be tough to beat the actual month where you get all 4 major sports playing. In October, November, where you get those sports equinoxes. When the World Series is on, NHL, NBA getting ready, NFL midseason. So I'd probably put like October, November, 1, 2, but I think April's #3, man.
I could absolutely agree with that. Obviously, July, August got to be bottom of the barrel there, right?
July and August are the worst, too, when you only got baseball and NFL preseason and training camp. So, but September is pretty solid, too, because you got big-time baseball games.
College football.
College football is back. Start of NFL season.
Yep.
So, pretty good. Pretty good.
We got a good month of April coming up. We've already gained 10 subs since we started talking about the
12 subs. We appreciate everyone who joined the channel. We'll be live again for the other Final Four game. Me and Tyler Smith are going to take down UConn, Alabama. We'll sign off on this stream, and then we'll redirect you to that stream. It's a separate stream, but we're going to be live for that one as well.
Purdue winning the points in the paint battle early, 12-6. NC State,
shocker of the year.
Yeah, shocker of the year. NC State a little bit cold on the offensive end. They're 7 of 19 from the field overall. Purdue 4 from 10 from 3. So clearly, as dictated by the scoreboard right now, Purdue is playing much better on the offensive end than the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I'll also say this too, as we did pick up about 17 subscribers there. Shout out to all the real ones who joined the channel. When we get to 369 tonight, whether it be on this stream, which I think it will be, I'm gonna do a beer bong.
I'll do a beer shotgun.
Woo! Let's
get wild.
Bong. Let's get wild on Saturday night. Let's go.
6.5 minutes to go here in this first half. It's DJ Burns going to take a seat. It's going to be Zach Edey at the line looking to extend this Purdue lead to 12.
PD clips, it's going to be hard for me to pick anyone other than the Denver Nuggets at this point. At least for me. Maybe you disagree, Spinny.
There might be a reason I disagree. I think I go with the Boston Celtics personally.
I wonder why.
For reasons unknown.
Unknown. Miles Colvin checking in for Purdue. What the hell's happening here? Free throw made. It's 27-16. Why are we going to a timeout?
What is going on?
Someone call a TO?
Calling a timeout after a timeout is crazy work.
As much as I love college basketball, their system of breaks in action is horrific.
I will say, just watching NBA games versus college basketball, there's much fewer commercials in the NBA.
NBA, you could basically get 2 a quarter.
Yeah, and that's it.
You get a 1 around the 6.5 minute mark and 2.5 3-minute mark, unless unless you call a quick timeout and it's like too early. But then you just go all the way to the end of the quarter.
Sometimes they don't even go to commercial on a full timeout. They just keep it home and tell you about the game, which is nice sometimes. But
Wade says that they never call fouls in Edey. It's not fair. Well, so I've seen that narrative out there. The conspiracies about Zach Edey never being called for fouls. They don't get him in foul trouble. It's kind of hard to get Zach Edey into foul trouble because in order for him to get in the foul trouble, he has actual foul. And because he's so big, he doesn't really go for blocks. He just walls up, puts his arms up, and dares you to make the shot over him. And if you do, he's okay living with that. So he's not pushing his arms down and trying to reject shots like that often, which is why he never picks up any fouls. Now, if you want to talk about him backing down and giving elbows in the paint and going over the back, well, that's a different story.
Oh, offensive fouls for sure. He's definitely a culprit.
Yeah, he a little chicken wing elbow, like I give Smitty on the hardwood.
Kind of maybe looking too far ahead here, but it's going to be interesting to see how he would defend potentially Donovan Clingan, also a guy who's nearly as tall and as long as Zach Edey there down in the paint.
Zach Edey's 7'4", Clingan's 7'2", and
close enough.
Clingan's got a wingspan that reaches 7'7". So if there is one player in college basketball that can defend Zach Edey, I think there would really be 2 guys that could go one-on-one with him and give him an issue. And they both resided in the Big East, by the way.
Yep.
Donovan Clingan and Kalkbrenner,
Ryan
the
Kalkbrenner.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year for the Creighton Blue Jays. Those 2 were the only guys that I could see giving Edey trouble. And if we do get Purdue UConn in the national championship game, that would be the most fascinating matchup in that entire game.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's 2 great narratives as well. Obviously, Purdue looking at this redemption arc after losing to the Sweet 16, trying to pull a 2019 Virginia, and then Dan Hurley and the UConn Huskies trying to go back to back for the first time since Florida in 06-07, basically.
I'll also say this, by the way. If Purdue ends up winning the national championship, foolproof, if your team loses as a 1 seed and is good the following year, you are going to win the national championship.
I agree.
Like, I've seen it. If it happens twice, that's enough science for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Legden says, hello, I'm new. Welcome, Legden. Appreciate you joining and subscribing.
Happy to have you.
Shirley, well, we're doing live play-by-play for the game, so that's good enough if you're asking me. That's good enough if you're asking me. The Boilermakers do lead by 11 with 6.5 to go. NC State possession. O'Connell checks back in after he had that scare of turning the ankle / sniper at the top of the building, catching him on fast break where he got grabbed up by the line on the court.
Wild.
Edey takes and makes the second, so he went 2 for 2 at the free throw line there, and the Purdue lead is up to 12, which is the largest it's been all night long. Purdue's only taken 4 free throws, NC State none. Middlebrooks has it top of the key, hands it off to Horn, Horn probing, back out to O'Connell, swung to Diarra, Diarra drives baseline, walled off, swung over to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks goes at Edey, rejected, and quicks it out to, I believe that's Taylor, who gets a nice little float shot alongside the baseline to get it back to 10-point game.
There we go. That possession was looking almost broken for the Wolfpack. Ended up getting a clean look in the short corner.
Yeah, you have to. I know Middlebrooks isn't the most offensively inclined guy, but you have to. Offensive!
Uh-oh, going that way!
Charge going the other way. Edey just a little aggressive there with the chicken wing. Just knocks down Middlebrooks, and there's a first foul called on Zachary Edey. So if you were curious about his, I mean, we talked about the fouls not being called. There's one. Horn gets inside, hangs, hits the floater, and a 4-0 spurt by NC State cuts it down to an 8-point game.
Back in the ball game.
I mean, if you're NC State, keep it within 6 going into the half. You feel pretty confident about that?
Absolutely. You feel great about it first half. You can keep it 2 possessions.
Wren spinning inside, rejected by Diarra. Outlet ahead. NC State 1-on-3. Euro step layup. Good! A 6-0 run for the Wolfpack makes it a 6-point game.
Tough finish in the lane, draped over by 3 Purdue defenders trailing.
That's one of those situations. No. Pull it out. Oh, good bucket. Good bucket. Edey inside, doubled out to Lawyer. Baseline drive, layup no good. Edey offensive rebound and putback does go in.
The way he double clutched that annoyed me. I don't know. Just put it up.
Hit that like button. 11 likes away from triple digits. 430 people watching. Help us out. Horn hangs, floater, short that time. Rebound by Braden Smith and Purdue. Edey's already up to 14 points and 6 boards, with a pair of those boards coming on the offensive glass.
Oh, good D.
Great turnover created by Diarra. Now NC State's out and running. Pull up 3 in transition. It rattles in and out.
That's going to be staying
But there's going to be a foul that stays with NC State. Good call, Smitty, as that was called on Kaufman Wren of Purdue as he grabbed Middlebrooks' jersey there. I like the life that we've seen from the Wolfpack in the last 3 minutes.
Absolutely. And Ben Middlebrooks in this game has created multiple second-chance opportunities for the Wolfpack, disrupting the defensive rebounding of Purdue.
2 likes away from 100. You know what? I'm taking a shot every time we get past 50 likes. So I'm taking a shot as we get to 100 right now.
I'm going to pour mine up as well here before we even hit the number, because I know we're going to hit it here.
Oh, yeah, we just got there, baby. Taylor inside for NC State, kicks it back out. A little guard play for the Wolfpack. They have a 3-guard lineup right now. It's going to be Taylor, step back 3. It goes! And we have a 5-point game in Arizona as the Wolfpack on a little bit of a run, just trailed by 12, then go on a 9-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes, and we have a ball game.
Less than 4 minutes to go in this first half.
Patron Phillies. Edey backing down on Middlebrooks, spins to his left, bad shot. Goes awry. It's gathered by the Wolfpack. Here comes NC State. Pull up 3 in transition.
No.
Oh, left it short. That will go off NC State on the glass, and it will go over to Purdue with 3:24 to go in this very fast-paced first quarter, where NC State has just been on a charge to make this what was a 12-point game down to 5.
Feel like I can ask this question again as we take shots for hitting 100 likes. Who do you got, Purdue or NC State? Type PUR or NCST.
I tell you what, if that 3 was able to go for pass there in transition for NC State, who came off the bench and given a very nice 4 points for the Wolfpack, that would have made things very, very interesting. Over 500 people in the building. Appreciate everyone joining us for this watch party for Purdue NC State, first game of the Final Four. I want to show some love to our sponsor here, Smitty, which is PrizePicks. If you've played PrizePicks before or have made a pick today, get in the comment section and spam PP to show me that you have played PrizePicks. And if you haven't, you should get started today by downloading the app and using code CLNS to get a first deposit match up to $100. March is over, but the biggest moments in college basketball tip off in the month of April. Be a part of the action on PrizePicks for both the men's and women's college basketball Final Fours. You can now win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn 10 into 1,000 with basketball, hockey, and college basketball entries today on PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. All you do is pick more than or less than on 2 or more player stat projections. It's that easy. We made some picks for today. Smitty, you want to tell us about our picks? I mean, they were my picks, but I think you kind of like them as well.
I seconded them for sure. We got Zach Edey more than 25.5 points. He's been averaging 30-plus.
I mean, he's already halfway there. He's got 14.
So he's been cooking early. Nice job there by Rolly. And then in the later game, which you can make your picks for on PrizePicks, Cam Spencer more than 15.5 points. I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities to pull it from outside. And then Donovan Clingan, the man in the middle, has been double-digit rebound city in this March Madness tournament. We got him more than 9.5 rebounds. I think he's going to be cleaning the glass against an Alabama team that just isn't as good as UConn down low.
Yeah, absolutely. I could win up to 5 times my money here. You could win up to 100 times your money if you download the app today and input code CLNS. One more time, that's code CLNS when you download the app on your app store. Or you could go into the live chat and description of today's live show. Click on that link, prizepicks.com/CLNS, and input code CLNS. Shout out to the #1 daily fantasy sports app sponsoring today's live show. They are the best. Smitty and I both played them before they jumped on board, so it was a match made in heaven. All right, folks. We're getting very close to the first half, and we have a ball game on hand.
Here we go.
Oh.
NC State with a slew of buckets here over the last couple of possessions.
I mean, Bass has done a great job of getting into the lane for the Wolfpack off the bench.
And they're going to need a guy. They're just going to need a guy to step up that, particularly hasn't had too many great offensive showings so far in this tournament, and he's doing the job so far.
Local kid for the Wolfpack, Breon Pass out of Reidsville, North Carolina. Making a difference. All right, let's see how NC State closes this half with 3 minutes to go. Braden Smith working with a high ball screen action. He gets doubled, pushed out all the way back to half court. Now turns the corner, picks up his dribble, gets it inside the Kaufman-Wren, who lays it up and in over Diarra. That was excellent defense for NC State leading up to the final 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Yep.
Diarra, who I have been a big fan of in this tournament run for the Wolfpack, just not doing a good job walling off his guy inside. Horn kicks it out to Diarra. He looks to answer. He cannot, and that's just not a good shot if you're NC State. Diarra is capable of knocking down the three, but that is not his strong suit. Purdue will live with him taking a catch-and-shoot triple every single time. Kaufman-Wren working on Diarra once again, misses, but another offensive rebound for Purdue. They have just lived on the glass today.
And Kaufman-Wren just out-hustled the Wolfpack.
I mean, he's just been an X factor for the Boilermakers today. He has 3 or 4 offensive rebounds himself.
Oh, this might be cooked chicken.
Oh, good defense by Middlebrooks.
Never mind.
And it's stripped by Edey. Here comes the Wolfpack.
No numbers yet. They're going to slow it down, it looks like.
That is, I believe, Taylor slowing it down for NC State. The 7th turnover of the game for Purdue. Diarra drives, loses it, gathers it, and resets the offense back out to Taylor.
They give him a lot of offensive freedom here.
Swung around to Morcell. That's an offensive foul. Perfect execution by Fletcher Lawyer, who just got into the side, got his feet set, took it right in the chest, and going back the other way. The Brandon Mason show.
Purdue guards are very solid at taking the charge, getting in the lane, and drawing offensive fouls. And I mean, that's just great defense by a Purdue team. That's, besides Edey, not the best shot blockers, not the tallest group, so they're going to have to create turnovers for things like offensive fouls.
Yeah, let's see if Purdue can answer that 9-2 run by NC State with a run of their own. Not going to happen here as we have a turnover. Braden Smith, another one, his 4th of the game. Wolfpack down by 7, minute and a half. Horn, jumper, good. Back to a 5-point ball game. Let's see how much NC State can cut into this deficit going into the break.
Who do you got? Let us know in the chat, Purdue or NC State.
Wolfpack Nation is alive and well in Phoenix. Purdue averages just 11 turnovers a game this season. They have 8 in the first half with back-to-back possessions being turned over. Make it 3. Oh, they call a foul. I thought Wade Taylor got his hand in the cookie jar there, but they whistle no, and they call him on a foul. That's Jaden Taylor, not Wade. Excuse me, thinking of Texas A&M.
Minute left in the half.
600 people watching. Appreciate everyone who's joined. Make sure you have liked the video. 118 likes. Let's get up to 150, 200 likes before halftime.
I would love it.
Oh, my God. The Mets lost 9-6.
Oh, boy.
Smith, triple, too strong. Rebound gathered. That was a great rebound by Diarra. He went up and got it amongst the trees. Horn back the other way. Doubled by Jones. Gets inside. Out to Morcell. Morcell drives. Kicks it back out. 40 seconds to go. Middlebrooks back to Horn. Sidestep, mid-range jumper is true. And NC State within 3 with 35 to go. And NC State's likely going to have last possession of the half as well. 4.5-second differential between shot clock and game clock. See if Purdue calls a timeout here. They have all 4 available, and they will. Is going to use it or lose it. It made no sense for them not to call a timeout because you can't take 4 into the second half. Appreciate it, Brandon Mason. Good luck with your live watch party tomorrow. 690 people watching. Let's get to 200 likes before half.
I know we can do this. We're already 71 away.
Come on. 70 likes away, live here for free here at Chat Sports, breaking down the first game of the Final Four. We will be live again for the second game tonight, UConn, Alabama. But the boss has said if we don't get enough likes on this stream, we might have to cancel that one. So let's make sure we get to stay live for the second stream. Hit that like icon. Takes 1 second. Shows your appreciation. If you can't super chat, that's fine. We take super chats and we have some drinks in return. But if you can't do that, that's cool. Hit that thumbs up icon. We crossed 150, so that's a shot for me. Let's get to 200.
Very, very nice.
Every 50 likes is a shot.
I'm taking a shot at 200. I'm pressing buttons here, so I can't be getting too messed up on our first of 2 live streams.
Yeah, I can because I'm just could be up here slurring my words. He's got to be ready to push the buttons. 40 likes away from 200. Come on.
Can we hit it here by the end of this timeout?
We should be at 200 likes before halftime, no question.
20 seconds left, 15 on the shot clock for Purdue, so NC State will have an opportunity to get a shot up, potentially.
Assuming they get the board, which they've not been able to do a lot in the first half.
They get it inside to Edey, who's got positioning. He kicks it back out. 3 ball.
Go. Oh, you got to go here. Running clock here, Wolfpack. 5. They're down 6. 4. 3. They call a foul. Smart play by Purdue to commit a foul because they've only committed 3 fouls now in the entire first half, which means there has been no chance for the Wolfpack to get free throws in the 1-and-1.
And it would be scary potentially to try to do that once again, as they do have another foul to give.
Well, you'd imagine NC State's going to try to get up a shot here off the catch, so I probably would not look to foul.
Yeah, they have enough time to take a 1-dribble pull-up, but even so, you're probably going to get a
I'm not risking a dribble here. If I am NC State, I'm trying to run a curl, getting it to the right corner here, which is where the ball is being inbounded on that right side of the court, and try to get him on the move so he could get up an open shot.
I also don't hate, with the 1.9 that you do have left, I don't hate a shot fake and try to get a foul call as well.
They do exactly what I said. It's stolen, but Purdue out of bounds, so it's now NC State ball with 0.9 seconds to go.
Now it's catch and shoot time.
Still a lot of time in comparison to catch and get up a shot. Where it starts to get dicey is 0.5, but 0.9 is absolutely catch and shoot territory. Wouldn't surprise me if they run the exact same set, trying to curl into the corner. What's happening here?
Looks like with their clock issue, they're actually going to put 1 second on the clock.
Yeah, they now up to 1.2 seconds left to go. 14 likes away from 200. Let's get there before halftime. Come on.
They're giving us some leeway here. A lot of stoppages. They're helping you guys out. Help us out by hitting that thumbs up icon.
They get the horn. His three will go if it counts, but it hits side of the backboard, and that will be the end of the first 20 minutes between Purdue and NC State, the first game of the 2024 Final Four, and Purdue leads by 6. Back and forth action. The Boilermakers led as much as 12. NC State went on a little run in the final 5 minutes of the first half to get it to a 6-point game. And I think we are set up for a pretty solid final 20 minutes, Smitty. I do not think this is going to be a game where the Wolfpack get put away.
I mean, this is what you said, right? If NC State can go into the halftime break
It's
with a 6-point deficit,
yeah,
they should be pretty happy with themselves. And they have a lot of things that they can clean up there from that first half. A lot of turnovers, offensive rebounding, probably Purdue. So, NC State hasn't been getting bodies on guys for box outs. So NC State Purdue didn't play their best half, but neither did NC State. I think this one could go either way. As DJ Burns, he only has 2 fouls. Now once the second half hits, it's kind of like that reset button. He's still got 3 left.
He didn't play there for like the final 8-10 minutes of that half.
And they went on a run while he was out of the game.
I mean, I don't want to say go away from
Something
DJ Burns.
to monitor.
Yeah, it is something to monitor, as you said. As we are at half here, Wolfpack shot 3 of 10 from 3. The Boilermakers 5 of 12. So that is that's basically your difference in your ball game, right? Purdue has taken 2 more threes and made 2 more threes.
Yeah.
It's a 6-point game. Now, I'll say this. If I'm NC State, I'm happy I'm only down 6. I'm also a little bit concerned because you also don't anticipate the Boilermakers having 8 turnovers in a half of basketball again. They average 11 for the game as a season, as I say. So I don't think they'll have 8 turnovers again, but you'd also expect them not to shoot 42% from 3 as a team. You expect to shoot a little bit better from 3. Get out-rebounded 21-12, 8-3 in the offensive rebound category. So there's a couple stats that goes in Purdue's favor, but also there's a lot of room for improvement for the Boilermakers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, neither team played their best half there. As we did pass 200 likes.
Appreciate y'all, folks.
Another trip to the Patron Zone for me. I'll go every 100. Rolly's going every 50.
Yeah, I think I might have to audible. Sorry, folks. I might have to call in. I forgot we have a second live show.
Things could get real dicey as the night goes on.
Yeah, already 4 shots in. I gotta be here for another probably 4.5 hours. So I'm gonna have to be able to lock in.
And we want to stay standing, right? Isn't that the goal?
Yeah, the goal is for me not to be sleeping in the corner of the studio over there and have Smitty by himself. It's not the goal here.
That'd be a disaster, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's not the goal. Where are you at in subscribers, Smitty? Because we do still have 700 people watching. Appreciate everyone. 50 away. I did say that if we got to 369,000 on this specific live show, I'd do a beer bong. I think there's 50 people out there that aren't subscribed. I'd actually be willing to guarantee it. So what we're going to do here at halftime, as we have 700 people watching.
I just threw the sub link in the chat. Hit that link. It'll take you right to subscribe, or you just hit the button right underneath.
We are also going into subscriber-only mode during halftime.
Uh-oh.
Let's throw up a comment driver.
Sure.
And then see if we could pick up any subscribers. So we're going into sub-only mode here for the next 2 minutes. Let me know who you got in the second half for this game. NC State or Purdue. The only way you could comment down in the live chat is if you are subscribed. We're going to give shout-outs to every single person who gives a comment over the next 2 minutes. And after these 2-minute stretch, we are going to see where we are at in subscribers. Paxton riding with Purdue, the Boilermakers. Who else is going to comment? We got Dylan Jones saying Purdue. I think I still lean Purdue getting a win, but NC State, I believe, will keep it close. I think they're going to cover the 9.5 points. Purdue from Blake. NC State from Isaac. Is that Isaac or Isaac? Ooh, bars. Rick Ross, speaking of bars, with NC State. Corbin says Purdue. History says Tobacco Road will win for
It
Michael
certainly
H.
does.
Raiders fan says NC State. Daniel Adams says Purdue. Harry Boykins is riding with the Boilermakers. What's going on over there? Oh, okay. Blowing his nose. I have no clue what's going on. I lost Smitty for a second. I thought Smitty was going to go, I don't know. I didn't even know what Smitty was doing. He was going rogue. Remember, let me know for a shout-out who you got for the rest of the game. If you can't comment, it's because we're in subscriber-only mode.
So fix that. Hit the red sub button. I put the link in the chat right before we went into subscriber-only mode, so you can click on that. It'll prompt you to subscribe, and you just join the channel for the best NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball content on YouTube. Every day, 2 videos a day. We're giving you the hottest topics here at Chat Sports.
Yeah, we're also going to check to see if we reached 369,000 in 40 seconds. If we did, I'm chugging a beer.
We don't know yet. We haven't seen it on screen.
Yeah, Paxton says Edie triple-double, ? LOL. He does have 14 points, 8 rebounds, so he's certainly on pace. He's been averaging 30 points and 16 rebounds in the 4 games in the tournament leading up to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. He's on pace to give you another 28 and 16 game. Triple-double is unlikely, only recorded 2 assists in that first half. Had 3 turnovers. I'd say this about NC State. A lot of the you saw 3, but they've done a good job at digging in on Edie. When he gets in the post, they're not just letting him go to work. Those guards will come in. They'll either double Edie or just try to swipe in for the ball. It's hurt them as they've kicked it out for a pair of triples for the Boilermakers, but also caused some turnovers as well. So I think Keats is going to be willing to ride with that defensive strategy, because I think if you told NC State that they gave up 35 points in the first half, I think they would take 35 in each half.
100%.
And they would just trust themselves to get above 70 for the game.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been very effective as far as these swipes. They haven't been getting a lot of reach-in fouls. Most of the fouls that NC State has given up, they've been things in transition, or Zach Edey obviously has been to the line a couple of times in this ball game, but they haven't been sending him to the line nearly as much as the Tennessee Volunteers, where that was kind of their downfall. They just continuously hacked Zach Edey, and he was hitting a lot of free throws. I know he had airballed a pair, but 40 points is 40 points. He basically controlled that entire game for Purdue.
Shout out to Dante Davis, Dale Price, Kel, Christopher, Sam, Joey for getting in the comment section. Same with Marcher. Let's give a check-in to see if we reached 369,000 subscribers.
Oh, we're
not
close.
So close. 23 away.
We got about halfway there.
We're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer.
Yeah, that's a little remix. 2 different songs there by Rohloff.
Is that true?
Oh wait, no. I didn't. I thought you were. First, I thought you were singing the Big Time Rush song. Then I realized you were singing "Living on a Prayer."
Listen, BTR gives some good tones, but I don't know what song you thought we were singing anyway. First half stats in this game, we'll read them off for you, as we still got 780 people watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get to 369,000 during halftime.
Let's go.
Zach Edey is the leading scorer in this game. No surprise there if you're asking me. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, although does have 3 turnovers, only 1 foul for the big man for Purdue. The backcourt for the Boilermakers, Fletcher Lawyer and not Braden Smith, but Lance Jones. They each have 6 points. Braden Smith actually no points, 0 for 6 from the field, and 5 turnovers.
5 TOs. Whoa.
So Braden Smith, the sophomore, is really struggling at that point guard spot for Purdue. Kaufman-Wren has been a difference maker inside with 6 points, 2 offensive rebounds, as he's that starting power forward. Purdue's only went 2 deep off the bench. Camden Hyde and Mason Gillis. Gillis has a 3. Hyde has not scored, so it's been a predominantly offensive affair from the Purdue starter.
And let me say something about Kaufman-Wren. He has been effective in basically every facet of the ball game.
He's been fantastic.
Defense, offense, just hustle. He's really affected this game and kind of elevated Purdue. They would not be up 6 points without him.
Leading scorer for the Wolfpack, DJ Horn, who was their leading scorer all year long in the ACC. 13 points on 6 of 11 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 steal. Not really a lot of scoring outside of there. You have Jaden Taylor off the bench providing 5 points on a pair of buckets. 4 points from Breon Pass, also off the bench. 4 points from DJ Burns. 3 points from O'Connell, who, by the way, was labeled as an X factor by yours truly as a 3-point threat for the Wolfpack. He left this game due to injury, and he was seen on the bench with a crutch. So unclear if Michael O'Connell, the senior from Mineola, New York, is going to be able to return. He's been a starter for NC State, one of their best three-point shooters off the catch and floor spacers. We'll see if he can come back for NC State because I think they need him. But if he's not available, they're going to have to look to whether it be Pass or Taylor off the bench to provide a scoring plug in that backcourt alongside DJ Horn.
Yeah, I really wish that sniper wasn't perched inside that stadium.
Yeah, I mean, that was nasty work, man. They caught him. He got the steal. He was running up the floor, just tripped on the hardwood. No one hit him. And then the insult to injury, though, is the fact that it didn't turn his ankle, which is why he fell. He was falling, and as he fell, he turned his ankle.
Yep.
Certainly something.
Trying to keep himself up there and paid the price. He didn't look like that. He didn't, the way that he kind of came off the court, and he was definitely grimacing. He was definitely in some pain, but he was walking under his own power. It wasn't enough of a limp that said to me that, oh, I can't come back in this game. I think he'll be able to get that wrapped up and taken care of, at least for the short term, here at the halftime break and potentially make an impact there in the second 20 minutes.
Yeah, Paxton says that was a fast first half. I think it was pretty standard. Tip-off was 5:09 Central Time, 6:09 Eastern.
Remember, no under 12 timeout.
Well, no, so they did do that, by the way.
Oh, they did?
Well, remember, because they were at the free throw line.
Oh, that's when they did it.
And then
no, that was with 6.5 minutes left.
But then they went right back to it.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't you remember? They went back to back.
I didn't realize that was a TV timeout. I thought that was a team called timeout.
No, because I thought Purdue might have called a timeout, but they still had 4 left. So
they doubled up on us.
They realized that they need to get one in. It's just disgusting work from the NCAA. 8 subscribers away from 369,000. Let's go. Let's go. We're still in subscriber-only mode, so if you're commenting in the live chat, I know you're subscribed. I know you're a real one. If you want a shout-out, spam me in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Spam me. No, leave this up. Leave this up.
Okay.
I want to see the people that subscribe and spam me.
Who's listening right now?
And if you are a new subscriber, tell me you're a new sub. Oh, boy, there's a little spike up to 5.
A little dipsy-doo.
Tell me you're a sub in the chat. And if you're a new sub, specify that you're new so I can show you extra love. Rob C is subscribed. Joey DeLuca. We know DeLuca's a real one. GR, Riley Shea. Who else is a real one?
Who's it going to be?
Cal is a real one. Yes, you are. Cal looks like George Pickens. We're 1 subscriber away. Outlaw said just did. Welcome in. Rick Ross is new. Got says I subbed earlier, and there we go.
Bang, bang, bang.
Blake says new sub, real one. Appreciate you. Let's frickin' ride. Appreciate the support, everyone. You will not regret it. We're still going to be live for the rest of this game, the second game tonight, and we're not going anywhere for the rest of the eternity. I always say that, by the way. It's like we're not going anywhere for the rest, and then I realize, well, we're never going to leave. So
yeah.
We're still going to have you covered.
Every single day. Rolly, you said you're going to do a beer bong for this?
I do. Yeah, you know what? I am doing a beer bong. I cracked
Wait on me real quick. I'm going to go grab a beer, and I'm going to do a beer shotgun as well.
Okay. I love that. Love that. Paxton says, who covers the Titans on this channel? We have our own channel, Titans Today by Chat Sports. It's hosted by Jace Andrews. He's a real one. So go over there. If you're a Titans fan, go subscribe. Listen, we cover everything. Danny Finn's fan. What's up, my man? Dolphins and Heat fan over there. Why you say my man? Because I cover the Miami Heat here at Chat Sports. I cover the Miami Heat. We have a bunch of team channels here. So this is our main channel with all these subscribers. But we have different team channels, whether it be the Patriots, whether it be the Dolphins, whether it be the Titans, the Chiefs, the Bears, the Raiders, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Niners. We have a bunch of NFL team channels. We have about 8 NBA channels: Knicks, Celtics, Bulls, Heat, Warriors, Lakers. Do we only have 6? I feel like we have 8. Mavericks and... I don't know if I'm missing one. I said Bulls. We have about 7 or 8 there, and then obviously we have this channel. So if any of those teams, NFL or NBA I just mentioned, that you're a fan of, go subscribe to the team channels as well. Okay, we'll big dog this. I got my beer bong. You got your Happy Dad. Yeah, on we have Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. If you honestly just search up on YouTube, you can leave and come back. I'll grant it this one time on. Just look up Mavericks Chat Sports in the YouTube search bar, and they should pop up. All right.
369K, let's do it.
Appreciate everyone who subscribed today. Shout out to you guys.
This is March.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually April, but yeah.
This is April. This is April, not March. It's just fun to say this is March. That's really what it is. This is March. Oh, man. All right. Well, how long have we been live here? Live for an hour and a half. We've done 3 PrizePicks reads. That checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. First 7, first 30.
Yeah, every 30 seems
every
like
30.
a good
That
plan.
checks out. We should probably do one here before we get started in the second half.
I could play with that.
Okay.
When they do that last little comeback.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, it might have been right there.
It might have been right there.
That might have been the last little comeback. I don't know how long halftime is, but I'll tell you what. If they say halftimes were 15 minutes in college basketball regular season, they are 20 minutes minimum.
Minimum. They're
in
lying
March
to
Madness.
us.
They are so long. They are so long.
I don't remember. I think it was at least a 20-minute clock or at least 18-minute clock when I was actually at the Elite Eight game at NC State versus Duke a couple of days ago. And I think I remember looking up at the scoreboard, and it was at least I remember seeing 18 minutes on the clock at least for halftime. So
Okay.
they've been playing with us.
They certainly have. So you just saw us take down a beer. You saw that? You saw the beer bong. We haven't really pushed the Super Chat menu today. We just wanted to talk ball and hang out with you guys. But if we want to have a crazy Saturday night here at Chat Sports, that's very fine with me. $10 Super Chat, we're taking shots at tequila. $10 Super Chat, I'm taking a shot. A $20 Super Chat, we'll do a beer bong race. You just saw us do a race right there for celebrating 369,000 subscribers. We will do that for a $20 Super Chat, and then any Super Chat the rest of the way. No matter what the distance is, I will get to crack open another Happy Dad as I just finished my first one, and I'll start sipping. So $1 Super Chat, I'll take a sip. 5 doesn't matter, but you guys laid it out right there. $20 beer bong between me and Smitty.
I love it.
Fun fact between me and Smitty, by the way, we are brethrens from the St. Bonaventure University. If you guys know where and what St. Bonaventure University is, type me down below. Don't lie.
Listen, and let us know. We're not asking for the city because that is just that's bananas to ask. What
if
city's
they know, they
located in.
know.
If they know, they know. But at least let us know if you know the state. Throw the initials in on the state. If you know
Allie Barefoot checks in, and she caught us on the. This is like the first time we talked about St. Bonaventure all night, and she checked in at the worst moment.
Oh my goodness.
That's what it is.
Let us know if you know about the Bonnies.
Basketball school, yes, Paxton.
Yep, definitely. Don't have a football team, undefeated since 1952. People forget.
Oh man, appreciate everyone who's tuned in and watched with us tonight. I think we're in this final cutaway here. Do you think this is them coming back to it, or is this the final time they come back to the studio before commercial, back live?
I don't think we're. Yeah.
I know this is the final time they come back before they come back.
So let's hit it.
GR and says Riley Shea know it. Sounds sketchy. Sounds sketchy. DeLuca knows it.
Oh, Kathy Smith, hello from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Interesting. Your last name is Smith.
That is my last name.
That's a common last name.
But that's my Aunt Kathy. And
appreciate you watching, Kathy.
Appreciate you so much, Aunt Kathy, for tuning in tonight. I did just send her the link because she asked if I traveled to Arizona for the Final Four. Nope, we're right here in Dallas, Texas at the Chat Sports Studios, ripping off an NC State Purdue live stream. Got a UConn Alabama live stream following this up. Can't wait to spend the rest of the night with you guys here.
And way to make the rest of your night a lot more fun is downloading and getting started with PrizePicks. It's the #1 daily fantasy sports app out there, which just makes watching the NBA, NHL, MLB, the college games tonight just so much more enjoyable. And you could win up to 100 times your money with just more than on 4 projections or less than. You get to choose. And you can win up to 100 times your money nowadays. 10 into 1,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. Biggest moments in basketball occur in April, whether it be the men's and women's Final Four, postseason getting started in a week and a half. They will have it all. They also have everything for every sports fan. Basketball, hockey, League of Legends. You can pick LeBron, Caitlin Clark, Connor McDavid, Judge Bellingham, all in the same entry. How about the electricity that PrizePicks offers you? So just pick more, just pick less. It's that easy. It's that simple. Like I did on my 3-player projection and entry today. More than on Zach Edey, 25.5. He has 14 at the break, so I like my odds there. More than on Cam Spencer, the sniper from UConn, 15.5 points. And I rounded out my entry and line up with more than on Donovan Clingan at 9.5 rebounds. You could take picks like these. Or rapper Meek Mill, UFC champion Sugar Sean O'Malley. This is why PrizePicks is the best. They have great deals and specials for new users and returning users alike. So just download the app today and use code CLNS to get a first deposit match up to $100. Or you can click the live chat link that is prizepicks.com/CLNS and input code CLNS to get a first deposit match up to $100. Links also in the description of today's live show. Second half is about to get underway. Appreciate PrizePicks for sponsoring today's live show. Over 1,000 people watching. How about that, folks?
Last 20 minutes, let's get it.
Should have a fun second half in store here. Who you got, Purdue or NC State? Let us know down in the comments section. PM's watching from Korea. That's electric.
That's crazy.
Lexington, North Carolina. Is that what I'm reading? I know Lexington, Kentucky.
Huh.
But is there North Carolina? Lexington, NC. That's what Purple says.
Interesting.
GR rooting for NC State or riding with NC State. Zombie Taco says Purdue. Equal says Purdue.
Chris Moore saying 8-5 in the turnover battle. And, it's funny because a lot of those NC State turnovers, I would think at least 3 of them came in about the first 5 minutes of this ball game.
I'll say this about the NC State turnovers, by the way. There's a lot more of dead ball turnovers for them in comparison to Purdue's 8, which has allowed NC State to get out in transition and get open looks.
Yep.
DJ Burns, by the way, the talented big man inside for the Wolfpack, only has 4 points today, had 2 fouls, sat out the final 6 minutes and 30 seconds of the first half, and that's actually where NC State was able to stage a little bit of a run, going from down 12 to a 6-point game at the break. So we'll see if Burns is able to catapult the Wolfpack in front at any point in this final 20 minutes, as we are about to get underway in Arizona. Here we go, folks. Michael O'Connell working on the bike. So we'll see if he's going to be able to play. Let's see who starts it the second half in favor of and replace of him, I should say, as NC State will start the final 20 minutes with the ball. They go big. They run DJ Burns and Middlebrooks. They also have Taylor. Half opens up with a pull-up jumper by DJ Horn, too strong. He's leading the Wolfpack with 13 points today on 6 of 12 shooting. Bodies hit the deck for Purdue. They end up getting it to Edey on the left block.
Being defended by Middlebrooks, who's done a decent job on him so far.
I mean, I don't think Edey's, he's been dominant on the stat sheet, but, I haven't felt like he's just put his will on this game.
Look at Ben Middlebrooks.
Middlebrooks getting it mixed up, getting a jump ball on Purdue, getting the arrow back to NC State, and more importantly as well here, he actually allows the NC State defense to settle in for 5 seconds. So even though Purdue gets the ball, not a lot of time to get up a shot here. Lawyer has it. You can't. That can't happen. That can't happen if you're the Wolfpack. Morcell just runs right through Lawyer, and now Purdue's going to get a fresh 20 on the shot clock, side out, and that's the first foul of the half on either team.
Listen, I understand not wanting to let Purdue get a clean 3-point look off, but I mean the odds are in your favor. They're going to be rushing that shot, and you just can't run into the offense there.
Can't foul with under 5. Lance Jones, right wing 3 is pure. Lead balloons up to 9 early. He was someone that I labeled as a difference maker for Purdue. When he connects on his shots from beyond the arc, the team is just so dangerous.
100%.
They get it into Burns. He's defended by Kaufman-Wren. He spins to the baseline, floater too strong. Middlebrooks offensive rebound, but they whistle him for an off-ball foul. That's already 2 now on the Wolfpack in the first 2 minutes of this half. Yeah, something that they did a good job in the first 20 minutes, not allowing Purdue to get into the 1-and-1. Ooh. Purdue, the second best team in the country in three-point shooting. They're 6 of 13 tonight.
And they haven't exactly killed NC State with three-pointers yet, but that could change down the stretch of this half.
Kaufman-Wren working on Burns, goes up, fouled. Is this going to be called on Middlebrooks reaching in or Burns? Because this would be Burns' third.
I think they're going to give it to Middlebrooks, but that would also be his second at least, too.
Two guys who cannot afford to be out for an extended period of time. That's on Burns.
Uh-oh.
That is DJ Burns' third foul.
I wonder if he will sit here. Or
I got to be honest, I ride with Burns until he picks up his fourth.
I agree. And, NC State hasn't necessarily been bad without Burns on the floor.
Yeah.
They went on that run.
They made that run at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Purdue makes the first free throw to go up 10. TOR, don't know how to say that, but appreciate the love. Former NC State marching band member.
Kaufman-Wren does miss the second, and it'll be NC State the other way. 10-point lead for the Boilermakers.
NC State is yet to get to the free throw line. Purdue's 5 of 6. Morcell, top of the key now, gets to the Burns at the elbow. Burns being defended by Kaufman-Wren rather than Edey in the first half.
And that's great help defense.
Lance Jones comes off the help as Burns was spinning inside, got him on the arm. First foul of the half called on Purdue. It'll be baseline for NC State. Michael H., I agree. This feels like danger time for the Wolfpack.
They got to start hitting jumpers. I mean, you're not going to get a ton of inside looks with Zach Edey down low. As they do get it down low and they get another foul call.
Did they call a foul? Be on Braden Smith, who has had one tough game for Purdue. The sophomore guard, 0 for 6 from the field. No points, 5 turnovers.
If you love March Madness and you appreciate what we're doing here, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up icon as DJ Burns is trying to get in the low post against Edey. He gets down low, up and good for 2. DJ Burns right into the chest of Zach Edey, the National Player of the Year.
Not many players have the confidence and ability to go right into the 7-4 Zach Edey's chest and deliver a post bucket, but DJ Burns did right there. Kaufman-Wren working on Burns. Be careful, DJ. Wren spins, misses.
Oh, you gotta get the board. You gotta get the board.
Rebound gathered by Horn. Numbers for NC State if they push. They do. It's a corner 3 for Taylor. Unable to go. It looked good from our vantage point. That would have been big-time momentum for the Wolfpack. Here comes Purdue now looking to get the lead back up to double digits. Kaufman-Wren working on Burns. Out to Lawyer. Lawyer gets a step. Back into Edey. He's got great position.
Really low, yeah.
But a steal! Another turnover for Edey. It's his 4th of the game.
And Middlebrooks has been able to get his hands in there. While Zach Edey puts the ball low, Middlebrooks takes advantage and strips him every single time. It's happened at least twice now.
The guards of NC State have done an excellent job digging, as we highlighted during our halftime show. But Braden Smith comes back and gets the steal on Horn. Lance Jones in transition. Ill-advised shot.
Yeah.
Almost went down. 1 on 4. Puts up a 3. This pace is a little bit of a frenetic one to start off the second half.
Purdue's been able to find a lot of good shots, but that one, not one of them.
Morcell drives out to Horn, corner 3. Can't go. Burns tries to get the board. Can't do it. Purdue will bring it up.
Jumpers are going to have to start falling for NC State here.
I mean, they're shooting 3 of 12 from 3. That's no bueno.
Oh, they let them wide open.
Lawyer can't knock down the 3. NC State with the board. Numbers yet again. 4 on 2. Horn to the rack. Fouled. And the leading scorer for the Wolfpack will go to the line to try to add 2 more and cut into this 8-point deficit. That was a good job by DJ Horn. I actually like that. You can argue that wasn't a foul.
I was going to say, I don't know if that was a foul.
It was a 4 on 2 for NC State. I like the aggressiveness going to the rim, not settling for a jumper. They haven't been there today for NC State. So don't settle, folks. If you're young and playing hoops out there and your jumper's not falling, don't settle. Get to the rack. Because all it takes is maybe one rack attack or a foul to get yourself in a groove. Horn makes the first free throw, 39-32. Just over 16 minutes to go in this ball game. If you're just joining us, appreciate you for coming in. We will be live for UConn, Alabama, the second Final Four game tonight as well. And then we'll come back, the two of us, Tyler Smith and Nick Rohloff, for Monday night's national championship game.
Listen, I'll be selfish here. I want to see a close finish, of course, in this ball game, but I would be remiss if I didn't say I'm looking forward to UConn Purdue on Monday.
That as a potential matchup would be something. We'll see if we get it. Horn goes 2 for 2 at the line. He's up to 15 points on the game now for the Wolfpack. It's a 6-point deficit. And those were also the first free throws of the game for NC State.
Yep, that's huge.
Edey catches it rarely at the 3-point line, but he's got it on the left wing. Swings it all the way around over to Lance Jones, back to Edey, handoff to Lawyer. Lawyer, bad pass inside. That's a turnover, and it's going back to NC State as we head to our first TV timeout of the second half. 15:52 to go. It was a good look. The set was ran to perfection. It was just a little bit of an underthrow, if you will, for...
It was Braden Smith who threw it in?
It was Lawyer.
It was Lawyer.
And something that just came to my eye here, Diarra checked in for DJ Burns. Diarra is their normal starter with DJ Burns.
Yep.
It was Middlebrooks they went to start the second half.
Yeah, and Diarra, I mean, listen, that's for good reason. I mean, there's a lot to be said about the defense, both on the help and on the ball that Ben Middlebrooks has been playing here early in the second half, and even dating back to the first half for NC State. And Diarra, on the other hand, did not provide much offensively for you there in half number one, and defensively, obviously, he let Zach Edey kind of get whatever he wanted down low. So naturally, they go with Middlebrooks to open the half, and it's paid off for them so far. Now they're running both bigs down low.
Yeah, make sure you have like that video, over 1,000 people watching. We appreciate everyone. Let's get the 300 likes ASAP
let's
here.
Get there.
254 right now, 46 away from 300. Free content here, free live show. Don't have to pay anything for the play-by-play and entertainment. The only thing we ask for in return, maybe a little subscription that costs no money, a little sub-button action, but definitely hitting that like button because that takes 1 second, and there's nothing that could harm you. Just a little tap.
It's like when you enter. It's like when you go over somebody's house as a guest, and you got to take your shoes off before you walk into their living room, whatnot. It's a courtesy. We'd really appreciate it. We know not everybody can super chat. But liking the video is just as good of a way to help out tonight's live stream, get as many people as we can here, tuning in for Final Four action.
Tap, tap, tap. Shout out to Nav.
Shout out to Nav. 29 likes away from 300 right now, and we're taking shots at every 100 likes. We've kind of audibled out of 50
definitely audibled
because of the other live stream that we'll be doing tonight. Because this is gonna be a long night here with us watching the action over in Glendale, Arizona. So we gotta pace ourselves a little bit here in game number one.
Just a little bit.
16 likes away. Now you guys are doing fantastic. We have over 1,000 people watching with us right now. Couldn't be more appreciative of everybody tuning into tonight's live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here and partying with us for Final Four.
TD says, appreciate you guys, no cap. I don't know if you just read that comment off. You might have, but I appreciate you, TD.
I did not, but Jinx, TD. Appreciate you, my man.
I didn't think you read it off, but then for some reason when I was reading it off, I was like, he might have just said that because I kind of tuned you out for a second as I went to go do something on my laptop.
Fair enough. Rolly tunes me out a lot.
I tune Spitty out a lot, yeah. That's
dating back to our college days.
So we never finished the story. We both went to St. Bonaventure during halftime.
Yep.
We actually did a radio show together. How about that?
Yeah.
Look at us now. Now we're YouTubers.
Sports directors at WSBU The Buzz, and now we are co-anchors or co-hosts here at Chat Sports.
Shout out to Isaiah and Joe Sorrell.
Yep.
Didn't expect.
Can't forget Tom Stipe as well.
And, we can.
Yeah, we can forget.
All right, we're back in action. NC State has it. They get it to DJ Horn. Floater over Edey off the curl. No good. Braden Smith with the board. Outlet up to Lance Jones. And that's a turnover. Lance Jones was just a little out of control there, and that's something that Matt Painter has talked about with Lance Jones. He is such a volatile player. He can give you 5 or 6 triples and really make the difference for this Boilermaker team, but then he'll also do that. And
so I was looking at the behind-the-scenes stuff here, and I thought that was a go-ahead, too long of a pass. No, he just dribbled it long there, right out of bounds.
Horn probing inside, out to Diarra, who just checked in for Burns. Horn, triple over Jones, doesn't fall. DJ Horn has some type of green light. Now unable to make that one.
I know you mentioned it before. He's got that Wade Taylor green light.
Yeah, jeez. I mean, at least he makes some of these shots.
Yeah, right?
Wade Taylor, what a joke that was. Edey posting up Middlebrooks, getting to his left hand, foul as Middlebrooks was flying. Edey gave him a little stare there. Zach Edey, scumbag watch. Just kidding, just kidding. 15 to go in this game. Edey must have not been appreciative of the contact that he's been receiving today. There was a lot of contact there. Did you see the stare down there, Smitty?
I mean,
there was certainly a stare down.
Zach Edey kind of feeding into the villain narrative that a lot of people put on him as one of the top players in college basketball.
Middlebrooks may be the most impactful 0-point game of the entire tournament so far. Because I think he's been fantastic on Edey.
He's limited multiple Edey basket opportunities.
He's been good in the glass, too. He does have 3 fouls, though, so he's got to be careful. Edey doubled. Back out to Lance Jones. Back into Edey. Edey fumbles the ball. It's going to be a turnover, and it's going back to the Wolfpack.
That way!
Mark McFarland says, I love the underdogs, but an Edey Klingon face-off, man, that's hard to pass up. I agree.
I mean, he's like the only guy that we can call on. It's like when the Avengers, when they call on Captain Marvel, we need Klingon to stop Edey down low.
Or if you remember those memes of Lamar Jackson, please help us, save us against Mahomes, Brittany Mahomes, and Taylor Smith.
Yeah, those actually didn't work out very well.
Those did not work out, but that's what it feels like. Edey's 5th turnover of the game. He's been very loose with the ball. Horn on the drive, out to Taylor, corner 3. Too strong for the Wolfpack. They have just really struggled from beyond the arc today. If they have any hope of getting the upset once again, they're going to need to knock down some threes. They're 1 of 8 from the field in this half.
They've been doing a good job defensively, but they got to answer on the offensive end.
Lance Jones, pump fake, lets his defender slide by, but leaves the jumper short. Here comes NC State now. Horn out in transition. Gets a screen. He stops at the free throw line. That jumper, good. NC State has blown an opportunity to take this lead or tie it up.
Oh, absolutely. They have completely left a lot on the table here.
Purdue has not scored in 4.5 minutes, and NC State has not cut into their 6-point lead deficit that was the half.
And I saw a comment earlier saying Purdue by 15 incoming. That's what it feels like as a 3 goes down in the corner. Oh, man, is that Fletcher Lawyer?
That was Mason Gillis, his 2nd 3 of the game, coming off the bench, the experienced veteran for Purdue. We talked about the Boilermakers not scoring. Well, now NC State has not scored for 3 minutes. And add more to it, turnover, Lawyer gets the ball, throws it off a Wolfpack player, and it will be going back to Purdue. I got to be honest, you want to talk about a villain? I have really started to dislike Fletcher Lawyer.
He's a villain specific to us, brother of a former A10.
No, I just dislike that guy.
You just don't think he's good?
Not that. It's just he is one of those, he is a prototypical Duke guy, by the way.
Oh, boy.
Where it's that white guy that just, showcases a lot of motion. Which is fine. I mean, that's fair, but it just will agitate me.
That's fair.
Good ball player, though.
Who do you got down below in the chat? Type your PURs for Purdue. Type NCST if you think the Cinderella NC State can come back into this ball game and make some noise.
I wouldn't say that we're sad when Purdue does good. We just are hoping for a close game, and when Purdue's pulling ahead, that's not going to be fun for us.
Absolutely.
Inside the Edey, double team, loose ball. It will be his 6th turnover of the game. I don't know, maybe they classify that in the entry pass where it would be the 6th turnover of the game for Braden Smith. Morcell drives, goes up, can't finish.
Oh,
Rebound by Purdue. They had numbers. They elect to slow it down a little bit. Now here comes Braden Smith. Lance Jones, left wing 3. It is good. And Purdue back up 12. It was the largest lead of the game in the first half, and it reaches that point once again in the second half. Time out, NC State. Kevin Keats and this Wolfpack team are going to have to talk it over because the offensive output for NC State in the second half has been abysmal.
There is a lid on the basket for the Wolfpack. I mean,
they have scored 4 points in the first 7 minutes of the second half.
Yep. Yeah, not good.
Good. Did we do PrizePicks?
We did it right before we came back.
Okay.
We can maybe they're going to the under 12. They're going to go to maybe we should do it to the under 12.
I'll do it under 12.
Okay, and then maybe we can let everybody know why they should subscribe to the channel here.
Yeah, we crossed 369,000 tonight. Big time news and awesome stuff from you guys. Appreciate the support. Still over 1,100 people watching. I'd be willing to bet that you guys, most of you, are not subscribed. Well, join the channel because whether you're a basketball fan, NFL fan, we'll have it all for you here at Chat Sports. 2 videos a day, live for big events like the Final Four, like the National Championship on Monday, NFL Draft. We have coverage like no others during that weekend in just 2 2.5 weeks. So make sure you come around for that as well. If you like the NBA, we'll be here for playoffs, free agency, the NBA draft.
The whole nine.
I mean, I don't know what we don't cover here at Chat Sports in the sports world. So join the channel today. Hit that sub button if you want to be covered on the latest surrounding the sports world.
I mean, Rolly, we dropped a Bronny transfer portal destinations video a couple of years ago. Obviously, LeBron James Jr., Bronny James, entered the transfer portal, also declaring for the NBA draft while maintaining his college eligibility. Interesting decision there for Bronny, no? I kind of figured that would be the case.
When Andy Enfield left USC to go to SMU, it made a lot of sense that he would enter the portal. I don't think he's going to go to the draft. I know a lot of people are making a big deal of that. I would imagine he just ends up going to a different school and plays one more year at the college level and then is able to probably be a better draft pick, a first-rounder in the 2025 draft, because he would be, at best, a second-round pick in 24.
Which, is that a little bit of an indictment on him? Maybe he really needs to improve his game some more?
He does.
This is one of the weaker draft classes we've seen in a long time.
He should not come out in the draft. He should not. I stand very firm on that belief.
I agree, as we are 369,054 subscribers, been gaining subs by the minute. You guys want up-to-date sports news and rumors, you're going to find it here at Chat Sports, so subscribe to the channel. We have a plethora of other team channels as well. So basically, if you have your favorite NFL team, favorite NBA team for a good portion of the country, we probably have you covered. So basically, look up your team, Chat Sports. You're probably going to find a channel that you're going to enjoy daily.
Well said.
Yep. We are coming back now. DJ Burns, 6 points, 0 rebounds in 16 minutes. That's going to need to change if NC State's going to want to get back into this ballgame. Possessions are key in college basketball, especially against a Purdue team that if they get the offensive board, a kick out for a 3-ball is almost guaranteed.
Yeah. I mean, NC State's going to have to dig deep right now and find a way to get better offensive looks and knock down these shots if they want to come back, man.
Yeah, there's been a lid on the basket for virtually the entire second half.
I mean, they haven't made a shot outside of free throws in the last 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
DJ Burns looking to change that, backing down Edey, fades away. That's a tough bucket from DJ Burns.
Need him.
Fadeaway jumper from about 10 feet goes. 10-point game now. 8 points on the game for the big man for the Wolfpack. 4 of 8 from the field.
Perhaps we could see a potential DJ Burns takeover in the second half like we saw against the Duke Blue Devils last weekend.
Edey gets possession on Burns, gets to his right hand, but is not able to connect on the right hook. Rebound by Middlebrooks, and NC State will push the pace a little bit here.
He was contested by 2 players down low there, Edey was.
Burns at the elbow, jumper over Edey, brick. But an offensive rebound from Morcell, and that's rejected by Zach Edey.
First of all, I don't know if you saw that, Rolly. He went up with his right hand. How do you not go up with your left there? Edey was the easiest block in his history.
By the way, you got to imagine Zach Edey's looming when you get an offensive rebound. You got to kick that out. Edey inside, right hook, good. Back to a 12-point gain, and it's really just true. You can't let Edey get to his right hand. He gets to his right hand, you're as good as done. Good as done.
Oh, man.
Horn swings it over to Morcell. NC State's got to find a way to get consistent baskets, man. They're going to try to go back to Burns inside. Burns spinning. Left hook for DJ Burns. The soft touch doesn't go.
Not a great shot.
Rebound down to Purdue. Here comes Lawyer. In and out dribble to the rim. Hangs. Can't finish, though. That was great transition defense from NC State. Outlet up ahead. Wow. DJ Horn, open 3. Good! It needed to go for the Wolfpack. It does. We're back to a single-digit game. 9-point Purdue lead.
Can they find a rhythm now after that in-motion 3? DJ Horn is the engine that makes this offense run. 18 points already.
He's their leading scorer, and he's showing it today. Smith inside, out to Gillis. Already has 2 triples. Elects not to take that one. They work it around to Edey on the right block. Out to Jones. He just made a triple. Can't make that one. Rebound gathered by the Wolfpack, and Horn is out and running.
Potential to make it a 2-possession ball game.
Horn playing with Braden Smith, but resets it over to Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks inside, spinning up and under. What a move, but you got to finish.
$1 million move, 10-cent finish.
The age-old expression there, but that was really a terrific move that he was not able to convert. Brain Smith, who's been horrible today for Purdue, out to Gillis. 3, too strong. Rebound tipped out by Edey. Gathered. That's a foul.
Couldn't stop his momentum there. And
Marcel just trucked in the lawyer.
That's the second time that's happened now.
Yeah. All right, we got a 9-point game with 10 minutes to go, just in that range, as we enter the final 10-minute stretch of this first Final Four game. Make sure you guys do get started with our sponsor. That is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app on the market. With over 3 million members right now, don't be one of the rare people not playing PrizePicks. It's the most exciting way to get in on the action. And all you got to do is pick more than or less than on 2 or more player stat projections, and you could watch the winnings roll in. Those winnings can be up to 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into 1,000 with basketball, hockey, and college basketball entries today on PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. April is here, which means the biggest moments in basketball are on the hardwood, whether it be the Final Four tonight, the NBA postseason getting underway in 2 weeks, or even if you want to go to the ice for the NHL playoffs getting underway in just a couple weeks. They have it all. I made some picks for tonight's game. Chance to win 5 times my money with this 3-player entry. More than on Zach Edey, 25.5 points. Edey is now up to 16 on the ball game, so I need 10 more from Zach. Got more than on Cam Spencer, 15.5 points. More than on Donovan Clingan, 9.5 rebounds. I flex played this, which means I am technically allowed to get one wrong and still win some money. That is why they are the best. You can go for it all, do a power play. You can play a little bit safe, but win less money with a flex play. All that matters is that you get started with PrizePicks, the best daily fantasy sports app on the market. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Download the app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. You can either download the app in your app store or go into the live chat and description of today's show and click on the link, prizepicks.com/CLNS, and still use that code CLNS to get a first-time deposit match up to $100. Oh, boy, Smitty, are we going to see a tight finish?
Oh, man, I don't know. It just seems like Purdue's been getting easier looks than NC State, but they haven't really hit the open looks as efficiently as I thought they would here to open the second half. But NC State, obviously, only, 7 points here in the first 11 minutes or so?
Yeah, in the first 10 minutes of the half, it's 12-9 in favor of Purdue, so it's certainly a low-scoring affair.
Oh, yeah, okay, so low-scoring affair. Not too bad. This is about where the first half was. I mean, it was a 6-point lead going into the break, so NC State isn't letting this one slip away just yet.
Yeah, they're going to just have to find a way to knock down threes. You can't beat Purdue without hitting shots from beyond the arc.
Are they feeling the absence of Michael O'Connell right now?
I would absolutely say they are. As a team, they're shooting 4-15 from 3. That simply won't cut it. You mentioned O'Connell, who left this game with an ankle injury. He took one shot today. It was a 3. He made that 3. So your best 3-point shooter, at least on catch-and-shoot situations, not in the lineup due to an injury. Unlucky break for the Wolfpack. Oh, and how about this? On cue, O'Connell back into the game for the first time.
Here we go.
He is back into the game for the first time since leaving due to that ankle injury with about 10 minutes to go in the first half. See how he feels and if he can provide a difference for NC State. Morcell has 3 fouls. He checked out in favor of O'Connell. Lawyer has it, top of the key, drives on Horn, hangs, blocked, out of bounds. It will be Purdue basketball with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Now, Purdue had a situation like this in the first half, and NC State ended up fouling before the shot clock expired. So let's see if they can play some tight defense here with 5 to go.
Bodies hit the deck. They get it to Edey, who just catches it and lays it up and in on a little lob play. The lead back to 11 for Purdue. O'Connell has it left wing, back over to Horn. Horn gets a first step on Jones. Good pass in the Diarra, who reverses it home for a layup. Even though Diarra was very conscious of where Zach Edey was when he caught the ball. Ended up scoring, but Diarra struggled today. First basket, 1 of 4 from the field. He's been good for them. They target O'Connell, bum ankle, gets inside, but it is blocked. Burns outlet up ahead. It's Taylor who
How do you
smokes
smoke
the
it?
layup. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. That is not what NC State needed at all.
That is the last thing they could have used right there. So it stays at a 9-point game. Braden Smith has not scored tonight. Swings it around to Gillis. Gillis looking to get it to Edey. They get it to Edey. Diarra defending. Back to Gillis. Corner three is too strong. Gillis has already made 2-3 tonight. Oh, what a turnover. I mean, this is just the stuff that you can't have if you're NC State.
Definitely not.
I keep on saying Wade. Jaden Taylor it is with the turnover inside. He's going to immediately check out in favor of Breon Paul. Pass.
8.5 minutes to go in the second half. Can NC State inch this one any closer with the lid that they've had on the basket? I mean, they have to convert these layup opportunities. The easy opportunities that Purdue's giving them, they have to convert.
I mean, Purdue has, I think, done everything they possibly could to try to lose this game, if I'm going to be honest. NC State has not taken advantage.
Yeah.
Missed three again. Braden Smith continues his horrific night. Rebound by NC State. Horn pull-up mid-range is true.
Need 'em.
7-point game. 8 minutes to go. Not over yet. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if NC State was able to knock down any of these three-pointers, they would have the lead right now.
Absolutely.
Because Purdue has played a bad game, I think. I think Purdue has played bad.
And for anybody who's calling us NC State fans, we're not. We're just looking for a close game down the stretch so we can provide an entertaining play-by-play for you guys.
Lawyer inside, blocked by Burns, out of bounds. It will stay with Purdue as we head to the under 8 timeout. It's starting to get closer and closer to crunch time in our first Final Four game of the evening. Don't go anywhere because we'll be live again for UConn, Alabama for the nightcap. But right now it's looking like we're going to have a good finish. And as we do have 1,260 people watching, let's get those like numbers up. Only 340. My boss just messaged me and said that we might have to cut the stream off if we can't get to 500 likes soon.
Uh-oh. We got to get to 400 first, and we're about 61 away from that. It's like taking your shoes off when you enter somebody's home. You don't want to be a nuisance. You got to just hit the thumbs up icon. It's the easiest thing to do right when you get to the stream. Help us out and help us make this as big of a party as we can here down the stretch of Final Four game number 1.
Like, I want to make sure we stay live and hang out with you guys for this fun finish that we probably have on tap, but the bosses are the bosses for a reason, man. 142 away from 500. It starts by getting to 400. Hit that like button. We've had over 24,000 people check in throughout the evening. Should be very easy to get 500 likes. That ratio, that is not a good ratio, actually. We're actually still shooting pretty low, so hit that thumbs up icon, folks. Come on.
27 likes away. You guys are killing it. So you're answering the call right now. That's way too many. Here we go.
I feel like we now have a balanced chat, by the way.
I agree.
Earlier in the day, it was very heavy pro NC State. I feel as the game has gone on, more people have joined our live show. It's more 50-50 Purdue, but I'd still say if you had to go into a specific one, probably lean 51% NC State, rooting for the upset maybe.
And I think that might not be, a legion of NC State fans, but they just want to see a Cinderella make it to the big game.
I mean, when was the last time we've had double-digit seed in the championship game?
Ooh, double-digit seed in the championship game? Not as long as I've been watching, seriously.
I was gonna say, like, when I can't recall.
The lowest seed I can ever remember in a championship game would be 8 seed Kentucky against UConn. Shabazz Napier.
7 versus 8.
Well, by the way, one of the worst games ever.
Shout out Shabazz Napier.
It ended like 54-49. It was wild.
Shout out James Young, Celtics legend.
Wild putback dunk in that ball game he had. Not a Celtics legend. He stunk.
If you want, I mean, I know we're talking NC State Purdue final finish, but shout out your favorite college team down below if you want to.
Yeah, let's get a pulse in the chat. Maybe you're not an NC State fan, but maybe you are just rooting for them. Tell us who your favorite college basketball team is. It could be where you went to college, or if you didn't go to a school that had a D1 program, it could be that school as well.
Philly's saying Belmont. Arthur's a Tar Heels fan.
Belmont, Nashville,
so
Tennessee.
Arthur's probably rooting for Purdue. Tyman's rocking with the Buckeyes, Ohio State. Knew that. Okay. Darryl from Indiana. Oklahoma, King Solo. Virginia for Phillies. Interesting. Michigan State. I see an NC State fan. Northern Illinois Huskies. That's electric. We got Pitt. The Northern Illinois, that's as good as it gets. Auburn.
I mean, we are big mid-major basketball fans here between myself and Nick
Northern
Rohloff.
Illinois is sick.
Northern Illinois is sicko behavior. I love that.
10 on the shot clock. It's inbounded to the corner for Lawyer. Lawyer into Edie, guarded by Burns. Edie doubled. Back out to Lawyer. Lawyer running inside. Floater
And
fouled.
Foul call.
Lawyer is going to go a line for 2. And if you're Diarra there, who has been a very massive contributor for the Wolfpack on their miracle run here, you just have to be better than that. Sure, we get it. You want to and a little flare-up of tempers between Edie and Diarra after the foul call. But you have to know when Lawyer's coming downhill putting up that floater, you can't jump forward to try to block it. 1, you're probably not going to be able to get to the shot. And 2, if you force a miss, your momentum is going to hit right into Lawyer, and he's going to get free throws.
Yeah, I didn't think Lawyer was necessarily making that floater, even with the one defender on him.
Yeah.
Diarra came over for the help and ended up getting a foul out of it.
An FGCU call from William. That is my new favorite of the day. Kansas,
Shout out Fort
Michigan
Myers, Florida.
fan and Western Michigan alum. Purdue back up 9 as they are in the bonus now, by the way. And a quick foul committed by Braden Smith, who has had a real tough game for Purdue.
For sure.
They still hold a 9-point lead, but he reaches in on O'Connell.
Is he still scoreless? I believe he might be.
I mean, he doesn't have anything. I mean, he has assists, but 6 turnovers, no bad game for Braden Smith. Horn probing, fades away at the free throw line. Jumper doesn't go. Smith gets the rebound and saves it before falling out of bounds to Zach Edey. Chance to get this lead back up to double digits for the Boilermakers. The Purdue Boilermakers are only 5 of 17 from the field. That's not good. Good news if you're a Purdue fan, NC State's 5 of 20.
Yeah. Not great three-point shooting display from either side here in the second half.
Braden Smith has it, gets a screen. Back to Edey, 5 on the shot clock. Hand off to Lance Jones. Jones floater down the lane is true. Lead back up to 11, and it's officially danger time if you're a Wolfpack fan or supporter.
Uh-oh.
Horn gets it inside the Burns. Burns faces up, now posts up. Zach Edey on the right block. Spinning baseline. Goes.
That's travel.
That is a travel. Good call, Smitty. Burns walks with it. It's a turnover.
Oh. NC State shooting themselves in the foot here with turnovers and just bad missed shots, inability to capitalize on fast break opportunities.
NC State had their chance, man. They did.
It was that middle portion of the second half, from about 15 minutes to about 10 minutes. They had an opportunity here to really cut in and potentially take a lead, and there was a lid on the basket.
A lid is a understatement. Braden Smith will bring it up now for Purdue. 11-point lead. A bucket here could go a real long way. It would also give Purdue their largest lead of the game.
Yep.
Edey backing down on Middlebrooks.
Go to the well.
Yeah, he's got that right hook. He has it, and he makes it. It is a 13-point lead for Purdue. It is the largest lead of the night for the Boilermakers. Edey now up to 20 points in this game. The player of the year in back-to-back seasons in college basketball is leading his team potentially to the national championship game. Wolfpack inside, bumped, ball does the shot not.
I like that. It was English. I don't know if it was a sentence.
Shout out Yoda, I guess.
That one, if that fell, I would have had a lot of.
And one right there would have turned that.
That would have been a momentum shifter for NC State. But with less than 6 minutes to go, they're looking to cut this lead down to 11. First free throw's up and no good.
Yeah,
a couple
can't
of
happen
bounces
there.
on the rim, and they're giving you free wins at the line with the clock stopped. You got to convert. Purdue fans going wild here behind the basket at State Farm Stadium, and the second free throw is good. It'll be a 12-point deficit for the Wolfpack here with 6 to go.
At what point do you might try to play the hack-a-shack on Edey? He is a 60, 70%, like in that range, free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Do you play that game with him? Who knows?
I mean, Tennessee played it down the stretch, and
he shot like 18 free throws. So.
Yeah, it worked a couple of times, but he was just too efficient there at the end.
Braden Smith isolating on Middlebrooks. He has no points today. Swings it over to Lawyer. Lawyer, 1 on the shot clock. Gets it off. Air ball. And that is a shot clock violation.
Correct.
50 likes away from 500. Please hit that thumbs up icon, but also join the channel if you haven't already. Hit that sub button. How far are we? Where we at in subs?
Where are we at right now? Oh, still not much movement on the sub front in the past couple
Let's get the 369 and 100. 23 subscribers out there. I know there are 1,350 people watching. No, all you guys aren't subscribed. Come on.
These next couple of possessions here for NC State kind of feel like must scores.
I would agree with that. NC State needs to go on a run, and they're running out of time to go on a run.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Ron. Morcell gets to the Burns. Burns almost travels it again. Out to Horn. Deep three air ball. And when you are the Wolfpack shooting 4 of 16 from 3, that is simply not going to cut it. The defense for the Wolfpack tonight has been good. Offense, not so much.
Yeah,
and you got to give some credit to Purdue's defense, but there's just been a lot of missed opportunities as well.
Absolutely. Give credit to NC State's defense. They've kind of had the formula to limit Zach Edey in a sense as far as what he's been able to do for the rest of this tournament so far. But the offensive end they've been inept.
Yeah, it's been bad. All right. Braden Smith has it. Right wing over to Gillis. Has 2 threes today. Passed up on an open look. They work it around inside the Edey. Edey doubled to Lawyer. Corner 3 feels like a dagger, and it is a 15-point lead now for Purdue with 4.5 to go. The Boilermakers looking to return to the national championship game for the first time in over 60 years. It's a 9-1 run over the last 3 minutes for Purdue. NC State working inside. Jaden Taylor rejected by Edey. Ball saved to Middlebrooks. Taylor, 6 on the shot clock. Gets it to Morcell. Morcell inside. Bumped. No call. Rebound Edey, and this one feels over.
Oh, man. Bad couple of stretches there when NC State needed buckets the most.
Under 4 to go. It's a 15-point lead. The Purdue faithful are on their feet. They can feel it. And boy, wow, there's a lot of Purdue fans there.
A lot of black and gold in the stands.
Lawyer gets it into Edey. Edey out to Gillis. This is the real dagger. Doesn't go. Edey, another offensive rebound. My goodness, Zach Edey, another double-double tonight. Smith working. Can he get on the board with a bucket? He can, and that is night-night, folks. Purdue will be playing in the national championship game for the first time in a long time.
55
1969 was the last time they made it to the big game, and they'll be taking on the winner of Alabama and UConn after putting on a display in the second half.
Ah, man.
They have outscored NC State in the second half. We get the exact numbers here, 26-14. Just pure dominance on both ends of the floor for Purdue. And before we end this game tonight, we do want to tell you one more time about our sponsor of the show, which is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app, which makes watching these games so much more fun. Want to play alongside some of the PrizePicks favorite players like Meek Mill and Sugar Sean O'Malley? Well, you can find community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the PrizePick community. PrizePicks is also the only daily fantasy sports app that offers injury insurance. What does that mean? Well, so that if your entries can stay in place even if a player gets hurt. For example, in a basketball game, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, PrizePicks will have your back and not count that as a loss. Get in on the playoff action to win up 100 times your money as the playoffs get underway here in a couple weeks in the NBA and NHL. My picks for tonight, I did a flex play of Zach Edey, Cam Spencer, and Klingon more than points, and rebounds. It's going to get dicey because I need Zach Edey to score 6 points in the final 3 minutes. Maybe they foul him from to get to the free throw line.
Perhaps.
Dicey. But either way, I did do a flex play, which allows me to just still make money if I go 2 of 3, which means I could still win if Cam Spencer and Klingon go more than on their respected stat projections. Get started today with PrizePicks. Just pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Download the app, code CLNS to get a first deposit match up to $100, or click on the link in the live chat and description, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS. All right, let's battle up to subscribers. Let's flip it over to the subscriber mark as we're going to try to get to 369, 100. 10 away.
Here we go.
Who's going to help us get to 369, 1?
We got to hit it. That was the goal for tonight's stream.
It was.
369, 100.
Pick up 140, 150 subscribers on the live show. Let's get 10 more subscribers before we sign off and go to our next game. Let's go. We're probably going to take a nice little 5-10 minute break in between games, eat our respective dinner, and get locked in for the Final Four game.
Hey, Final Four.
Final Four game.
I'm putting the sub link in the chat to make things easier for you guys. Obviously, there's a red button underneath the stream that you guys can click to join the channel. We got daily, two videos a day surrounding all the hottest topics in sports, whether it be NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball even. We've done a lot of coverage of over the last couple of weeks. So you're going to want to stick with us. We do live streams like this for the big events such as the NCAA tournament. The NFL draft is coming up, and that's huge for us at Chat Sports. Tons of content coming out around your favorite team's draft selections. You're going to want to stick with us because we got something special going here at Chat Sports.
That we do.
9 subs away. Can we hit it before this buzzer sounds?
Let's go. We should. If we don't hit 9 more subscribers before this game ends, I'll be disappointed. Edie corralled his 29th double-double on the year, 20 points, 12 rebounds. That is the most in school history for Purdue. Now or never. I think it's never, but you're going to have to hit a shit ton of threes here in the final 3 minutes if you're NC State. Jaden Taylor swings it over to Middlebrooks. That's a turnover. They are unraveling.
Yep.
I don't even think NC State's going to eclipse 50 points today.
Yeah, it's looking grim for them on the offensive end for the rest of this game, and anything that they do will kind of just not be effective. It's not going to matter much.
Yeah, tough luck. 5 subscribers away, folks. Hit that sub button.
And stick with us for next stream as well. We're gonna be
when we end this stream, it will redirect you to our UConn Alabama stream. That game will tip off, probably 30, 35 minutes after?
Yeah, sounds about right.
They might actually have nailed those times, by the way. It was 7:49.
Yeah, it's going to be around 30, 35 minutes when this one's all said and done.
So we'll probably take a 15-minute break, go live 15 minutes before that game tips off.
Sounds like good math to me.
Great math to me. Come on, 5 subscribers away. Mason Gillis was fouled as NC State put on a little press there.
We'll nail the first of 2 free throws.
So 19-point lead for Purdue. I tell you what, I did not expect this game to end up being. It's hard to call it a blowout because it was competitive for most of this game, and then Purdue just went on a run late. But I did not expect this to be a 20-point game as we were watching throughout the night.
I expected kind of to stay around that 9.5-point spread range, best 7 to 12, maybe win for Purdue. But, man, they've blown this one open in the closing minutes.
They've shown why they're one of the better teams in the country, why they earned that #1 seed. Horn, deep 3, Bank, no good. Back, Morcell, offensive rebound, finds Middlebrooks for an easy layup. Hey, we got a $2 super chat. That's a sip. Let's ride.
Shouts out to
Phillies Maroon.
Phillies Maroon.
Purdue will eclipse UConn on Monday. Really? You think Purdue's going to beat UConn on Monday? We'll see if it is the Huskies that they play on Monday. Maybe Nate Oates has something to say about it, him and Mark Sears.
It's a great coaching matchup we have next up.
Hurley and Nate Oates, 2 of the best in the biz, 2 of the most fiery coaches and competitors. Edie misses. I don't think he's going to get them more than on my prize picks, unfortunately.
After that miss, I don't think so.
Yeah, that felt like a more now or never. Offensive foul, NC State, and this is as bad as a finish as I've seen from a team in college basketball.
I mean, like you said, really, just a total unraveling.
I mean, it's just been bad. They have not been able to do anything.
Will NC State get over 50 points in this ball game? 1:45 left to go. Purdue's probably going to hold this one as long as they can here on the shot clock. Jumper up and no good. It'll be Middlebrooks the rebound. He gives it over to Horn. Taylor to the cup. His layup is good. Seems like a little too late for the Wolfpack here. with just over a minute left.
If you're playing this in a high school arena, they're already chanting "Start the buses."
Oh boy! Hey!
Hey, a $5 super chat. Shout out to you, Slactavius. Or Slactivus.
Slactivus.
Let Edie shoot a 3 for the Wolves. Lance Jones will take one. No, he traveled. Let's go Kentucky. No Edie else matters? Nobody. I'm going to say that's nobody.
Yep.
Nobody else matters. I'll tell you what, Slactivus, what are your thoughts on Coach Cal? Are we done?
Is he out? Are we paying him the $30 million to tell him to scram, hit the bricks?
Are we done? Are we done with Coach Cal?
We done with the Calipari?
Purdue faithful all on their feet, celebrating the first national championship appearance since 1969. The first time Matt Painter led the Purdue Boilermakers to the Final Four, and they don't settle with a semifinal appearance. They will be getting to the big game, and they will be taking on the winner of UConn and Alabama on Monday evening in Phoenix, Arizona. Zach Edey, the two-time National Player of the Year, continuing this run for Purdue just a year after losing as a 1 seed to Fairleigh Dickinson, who was a 16.
One more three-pointer for good measure. Up. No good. It was be a shot clock violation. They didn't get the ball up in time. 11 seconds left. NC State's going to try to get one more bucket here.
Can't even get a backdoor cover, sadly.
Can't get a backdoor cover, which is that's painful. I don't have money on the game today, but if for a lot of guys who did have NC State plus 9.5, this is going to be a heartbreaker. If one goes
Especially
down.
when this goes in.
You
know this is going in.
You know it's going in.
You know this is going in. This 3 is going in. There's no doubt in my mind.
It almost did.
Yeah, almost did. The Cinderella run for DJ Burns and the 11th-seeded NC State Wolfpack comes to a close as we have our first ticket punched for Monday night's national championship game. It will be the 3rd overall seed and the first-seeded Purdue Boilermakers.
Second national championship appearance in school history, like Rolly mentioned. First time since 1969. This is their first Final Four appearance since 1980. So Purdue fans got to be feeling like the monkey's off their back a little bit.
Yeah.
Appearing in the national title game. And Zach Edey, two-time National Player of the Year, feels a little bit vindicated after getting bodied up by Fairleigh Dickinson in the first round last year. And, I mean, not even just Fairleigh Dickinson, a slew of other big-time upsets over the past couple seasons for Purdue. They lost to 15-seeded St. Peter's in the Sweet 16 just 2 years ago. 13-seeded North Texas the year before that. So it's been grim for Boilermaker fans. They're getting the ultimate reward 1 year after losing to a 16 seed, appearing in the national championship game, awaiting UConn or Alabama, which we'll be live for next.
Yeah, we will be live for that game. It's a separate stream. So when we end this stream, it will actually redirect you to that stream, as we won't be live yet. We're going to take a 15-minute break in between games. There is a estimated tip time of 8:49 Eastern, 7:49 Central. That is 40 minutes from now. So the time that the NCAA scheduled, they kind of nailed it.
They nailed it.
Good for them.
They nailed it.
They never do.
Not a ton of free throws and timeouts.
No, they really wasn't.
That really drew this game out longer than it needed to be.
I mean, it's 7:09 now. It tipped 5:09 Central because we're in Dallas, Texas.
Less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hour game. Like,
yeah.
That is very quick.
Efficient for the Final Four.
That is very quick, yeah.
Oh, man. 369,106 subscribers. We gained a ton of subs today. So happy you guys could join the channel and be a part of what we're doing here at Chat Sports. Live streams for the NCAA tournament we had for the first two rounds of action. And here we are now. The road ends in Phoenix. The Final Four. One ticket is punched to the national championship game on Monday, which we'll also be live for. And Purdue will take on the winner of UConn and Alabama. Stay with us here at Chat Sports. You won't regret it. 100% free to subscribe, by the way, too. No money involved.
All right, to the 900 people watching, we'll see you on the next stream. We'll take a quick break here. So you can wait to join. You can join us there, but we'll be live.
We'll do a bathroom break.
Probably 7:30, 7:35 is when we'll probably go live. So make sure you join us for that. Peace out, folks, and hopefully we'll see you on that stream.